This week we burn our burritos at the Doll Factory down south as we discuss the 1991 cult horror classic, Dolly Dearest. Where is that? I love when this messes up. Here we go.
I love Riverside.
And welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me as always, the Rip Torn of Indiana Joneses, Tim Yobo. How you doing today, good sir?
I think Rip Torn is a better name than Tim Yobo.
I love him in the Indiana Jones role.
As soon as I saw him and I saw who he was supposed to be playing, I'm like, oh no.
That's so funny.
No.
But Tim,
he just showed up drunk. He's like, guess what I'm doing?
I'll fucking do it, you son of a bitch. But Tim, we're not alone. No, we are joined once again by the desiccated corpse in the ancient sarcophagus. It's Candice.
Oh, you put me as the Mexican alien. That's so sweet.
I have that note when they unveil it.
I think we all have that note.
I love it. My favorite picture of the Mexican alien is the like where they're like, here's what it would look like alive, and it's got a little mustache. Fucking rules. So folks,
they did age regression on it, like was a missing alien.
Yeah. The computer generated what it would look like if the alien like went to spring break in a couple of years.
And then I had the chilling thought. They're child size. If they have human bones that are hodgepodged inside of them, are those children's bones?
That's what my wife was saying, is like, where did the children bones come from?
Yeah, it's a little disturbing.
Easy. Yeah, that's easy to find. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, we get where a dead child, but yeah. You know what? Maybe it's like Australia, where apparently you can cut off a limb and just throw it in the garbage.
Why, did they think it grows back?
No. I watched Road Games and covered it for everything I learned from movies.
With Jamie Lee Curtis and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
And
when
Stacey
we get to
Keach.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just saying, yep, with Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacey Keach.
Is that right before you got arrested for cocaine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't talk too much shit about Australian movies, because I have one that I'm going to talk about that I loved.
I fucking love Australian horror movies.
Say what you will about
the people, right? And their culture.
Well, see,
they make
they're
good
simple,
horror movies.
They're simple, brutish people, so they make simple, brutish horror movies.
It's very true. Yeah, it's very true. Listen, it's not my way of living, but it's a good place to generate entertainment. So we're here, and we are at, what is this, week 3?
Week 3, yes.
Week 3 of 1991, and we are discussing Dolly Dearest. But before we do, Candice, I got something I got to ask you.
Okay.
What have you been consuming this week?
Yesterday, me and my son went on a movie binge, because I've been, trying to catch up on all the movies that I keep meaning to watch that have all just been dumped on Plex all at the same time.
Okay.
So we watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, which was phenomenal. That movie's so fucking good. I could not believe it. And
the new one,
at first, yeah, the new one. At first, I wanted to do a double feature of the new one with the original, because he's never seen the original one, and he loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But then after watching the new one, which is extremely lighthearted, feel good, heartwarming, very funny, uplifting movie, beautifully animated, by the way. I fucking love the animation in it. And then to watch the original, which is kind of a downer of a fucking movie, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
You should just forget that. Just go to the Michael Bay one.
No. No.
Where the turtles look diseased.
What if that's the one that your son likes the best?
It wouldn't surprise me. He's weird. So then I was like, all right, well, let's watch a scary movie. We've been laughing our asses off. Now let's watch something that will scare our asses off. So we watched The Boogeyman, the new one.
Oh my God. First of all, I'm sorry, Candice. I can already tell you wasted your fucking time because that movie was in the movie theaters for -3 minutes before it fucking showed up on video on demand.
And Tim, I am here to tell you are missing out.
Really? Because it's one of my favorite Stephen King short stories.
I don't think it has anything to do with Stephen King. I think it's just called The Boogeyman.
No. See, that's why I got confused, because when I saw it pop up on my thing, I was like, there's no way that's The Boogeyman by Stephen King, because they were talking about they were making it into a movie.
At no point did they advertise that it's based on Stephen King. You think they'd advertise the hell out of that.
It could also just be based on The Boogeyman.
No, I think what happened is I think they were advertising it as Stephen King, and it bombed, and he got his name taken off of it. Because let me just ask you this. Does it involve something with the closet door being open just a little bit at any point in the story?
Yeah, that's literally every Boogeyman story.
Well, that's the main crux of the Stephen King. Well, yeah. Boogeyman's underneath the bed also.
And in the closet. It's all your childhood nightmares. So that movie, I really loved it.
Fucked up. Boogeyman's got nothing to do in Asia.
It's under your mat. So this movie, I cannot believe it was PG-13, because this is not a spoiler. It's the first 5 minutes. It starts with child murder. Brutal.
There's a spoiler for the first 5 minutes.
Just linked it in the chat for you. I'm looking at the poster. It says, "From the mind of Stephen King, The Boogeyman."
Right,
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
Because I remember when I saw it, I was like, wait a second, that's like a 4-page fucking story. In the Skeleton Crew.
I love that movie, and it, like I said, it scared the shit out of my son. I've never seen him so visibly scared by a movie before. Because we're watching it, and he starts breathing heavier, and kind of his breath is catching, and I see his hands start curling up in his lap, and then they start retracting towards his chest. And I was like, "Are you scared? We can turn this off if this is too much for you." And I grab the remote. He grabs my hand and says, "No. I have to watch this movie."
And how old is he, Candice?
12.
I have to watch it.
I'm trying to think how old I was when I read that story, because maybe it just hits like teenage boys a certain way.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that I wholeheartedly recommend The Boogeyman.
It's got a psychiatrist in it, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess it was. I'll be damned. I had no idea. So then I was like, all right, we just laughed our asses off. We just got the shit scared out of us. Let's find a middle ground. So we started watching Talk to Me. And I was trepidatious because it's A24. But by God, it's an A24 movie I fucking liked. I really liked Talk to Me. I thought it was really good. I thought the horror
why you
was
like this
paced.
A24 movie, because it's not an A24
It's an acquisition.
Yeah.
But I knew
we got to get something so that bitch Candice starts bad-mouthing us on that podcast.
So I knew I was in good hands, though, because it immediately said, film broadcast of Australia or something like that. Yeah, good hand. And I was like, all right, here we go. I like this already. I'm already biased that it's going to entertain me. And it did not fail in that department. I also really loved Talk to Me. I had 3 movies that were so fucking good last night. I was like, 2023 is a great year for movies.
Wow. Yeah. I got to check that one out, the Talk to Me one. I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, kind of...
Yeah, I keep hearing mixed reviews on it.
Kind of iffy, but yeah.
It's definitely got the slower pace, but they put enough in there in between to keep you going, where you're like, I need to see, even though I already knew where it was going by the end of it, I still wanted to see it because it was just a well-crafted movie, and I liked the characters. So yeah, watch the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. It was very fun. Watch The Boogeyman, because I love those kinds of jump scare heavy movies, and I thought this one did it beautifully.
I hate jump scares.
It's also brutal. It's I can't even spoil it, but that movie turns very bloody towards the end of it. You don't see it coming. And then Talk to Me was also a phenomenal movie. I was just in heaven last night.
Oh,
Eddie,
wow.
what's your take on jump scare movies?
Yeah, you know...
You get one jump scare, but if your movie's going to be jump scares...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the movie, because I also love slashers, and most slashers are pretty heavy on the jump scares.
Not effectively, usually, though.
Yeah, that's usually the weakest part of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a jump scare, but that's probably one of the most iconic things is in the original Halloween where she thinks she killed Michael Myers and he just sits up on the bed.
There's also...
that's the opposite of a jump scare, but that's way more effective than the fucking nun popping out of a closet.
So, also a weird theme that was running through last night was missing mothers. Because, like, families
get the
in
hint,
turmoil.
Candice? Hit the road!
And I was like, Eddie's going to give me such a hard time because every single one of these movies is about a family in trouble.
Yeah.
And I like them.
And I mean, then, you know, clearly the movie we're covering quite a bit about a family in trouble.
Yeah, well, you don't really care about this family.
No. Largely, they're forgettable. So what about you, Tim, buddy? What have you been consuming?
Well, I saw the Barbie movie, which I fucking love that movie.
Oh, yeah?
I still haven't seen it. I gotta wait.
Candice, it's on the Blood Bank. What are you talking about?
I have to wait for my husband. He wants to watch it too.
I wonder why.
Honestly, I don't know why.
No, just so much better than I thought it was going to be, even though I heard all the hype. And with all the hype that movie got, I was like, oh, I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to be like, it's going to be okay. But it was really, really good. It's such a smart movie for a fucking Mattel movie. At the end of the day, this is a fucking Mattel.
That's true, yeah. When you think about it. And then, a lot of heart and a lot of thought put into something that they used to just make to sell toys.
And I will say, I think this is the best thing I've ever seen Ryan Gosling in.
Oh,
really?
Bold words. He's in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and not exactly one of he's not like one of those guys where I see him in the movie and like, oh, I got to see it, or like he's in. I was like,
Yeah, he picks good scripts. I trust his choices.
Except for La La Land, which
I've never seen it.
Never seen it,
same.
never will. Just really, really good. And then let's measure dicks, motherfuckers. Level 31 in Starfield.
Oh shit! You got me beat. I'm level 27.
Yeah. Damn, Candice, you're not doing the main story, are you?
No, I've been doing a lot of scanning.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. What kind of ship you got? You get because I think I maybe got the best free ship that you can get. Besides the one that you get for the Mantis.
I got the Ecliptic Stiletto, and that's been doing me quite well.
You bought it?
No, I stole it. I killed the Eclipse and I stole their ship.
Even better.
No, I got the one from doing all the Free Rangers mission. I think the Star Ranger or something like that is called. I can't remember what the fuck it is, but 5 crew. It's got like fucking gigantic shields. It's got everything. But then I got to a point where something happened. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't believe that just happened in a video game. So I don't want to spoil it, but you know if you know. I've
gotten pretty far into the story, and there's been some swerves in it that I was like, oh shit. Like, you need to play that story because it unlocks stuff. I know it's unusual in a Bethesda game, but you need to play the main story.
Wow. Yeah, that is new for Bethesda.
Yeah, I say this.
Yeah, because there's some things that you're going to get yourself into where you're like, all of a sudden you fucking pop into a planet and you're going against level 50 pirates.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, you got to finish the main story because that's where you get most of your experience from.
Well, plus
you're going to cheat.
Plus, there's stuff that doesn't unlock until you're like pretty far into the main story. There's even more of the game to unlock, but you have to play the main story to do it.
All right.
Got Eddie deep in thought.
Just one of those few times that a video game lives up to the hype, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's cool,
I agree.
Man. Yeah, I haven't gotten too deep into it yet because, like I said, I and for mine, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom finally.
Oh,
and,
it's got its claws in you.
It's pretty
That
good.
Mickey Mouse game?
Yeah. Tears of the Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
You're thinking of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
I love those
game
games.
that's made for terrible people. Kingdom Hearts.
Shut up. No, it's a good
Candice,
game.
explain to me the numbering of the games.
Okay, 365 over 2 is because it takes place over 365 days from 2 different perspectives. Sleep over birth is because someone is sleeping for a long time and then they're reborn.
Yeah, that sounds great, Candice. Sounds like a real fun.
How did you have that loaded up?
Feels like a fun game. No, so I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I like it, but oh man, Nintendo, they have
Doesn't
a hard
like
time
you.
doing open world.
They do.
They do, because I go to this one quest, right? Well, so with nothing spoiled or whatever. So I go to this one quest, and this dickhead's like, man, I wish I could unlock this thing for you, but it's locked and it doesn't work. And by the way, I used to go in these caves under here and eat mushrooms.
I know exactly which place you're talking about.
And so I'm like, hey, dickhead, I go into caves. There's no special mushroom. And he's like, I wish I could help you, but I'm hungry. I used to eat mushrooms down here. So, Tim, you'd think, okay, I got to go get some mushrooms, cook a thing for him, and then eat. No,
Makes
none
sense,
of that
yeah.
whatsoever. You have to jump. You have to find a spot in the ceiling to jump through.
It's puzzle solving.
Yeah, but no, Candice,
that's not puzzle
it's
solving.
It's got to give you some kind of a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clue.
No, Candice, see,
Yeah.
no, here's the clue: is he got so high from eating those mushrooms that he lifted himself and he went right through the ceiling.
No,
right?
the clue is that it's in a separate area by itself and it's raised up. And if you look up, you can clearly see it's made out of the material for doing the ceiling dive.
Right. So when you talk to the quest giver, disregard everything he says. That's a very good game design.
He tells you which cave to go to.
To get the mushrooms because he's hungry.
At this point, you should have already played the game enough to know which
so
mechanics
he's just like
to
dicking
use.
you around. He's like, hey,
No,
you know what?
at this point, you
has
should have-
nothing to do with the game, but
At
I'm
this point, you should have played the game enough to realize that the NPCs never give you helpful fucking information. The quests are just completely vague. Most of the time where they mark to go on the minimap is just the guy who gave you the fucking quest. Then you have to go run around all over fucking hell. And I got one where I had to cook this fucking meal for these dickheads, right? So I cook it. Tim, you're gonna love this. They say you need rice, you need salt, and you need raw meat. So I go get those three things, cook it, nothing.
It needs more salt.
No.
What type of meat? Was it the meat?
Yeah. I used too good meat. I should have used worse meat.
No. I was about to say there's like there's raw.
They want that
there's
90% lean hamburger.
There's like regular raw meat, and then there's prime. And then there's like a good quality or something.
I used prime because it was what I had.
Nope,
and
they
I guess
wanted regular.
They can't. It's got to be shit.
You're too highfalutin for
They need
them,
to
man.
eat
They want that
shit.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah, this
It's because
fucking
you didn't
game.
follow the recipe. That's your fault.
No,
if it
it
doesn't
isn't my
say
fault.
specifically for prime, don't give it prime.
Yeah, okay. So now, Candice, guess what you've just done? The quest giver, follow exactly what they say to the T, right? Okay, what about the mushrooms in the fucking cave?
No, it's the recipe that you were supposed
No,
to follow
suck
to
my
the T,
dick. It's
not
the
quest
game,
giver.
and the game is poorly made.
No, it's not
So
a
some
poorly
things
made
you're supposed
game.
to follow exactly,
Yeah.
and some things you're supposed to pay no attention to.
Right, exactly, Tim. You nailed it, bud. And I'll tell you the other thing I played. I played a game that's not poorly made. I played
Baldur's
a
Gate
game.
3?
Yeah, I did play a little bit of that, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. I played a game that reminded me of what it is to be a man. How about that?
Leisure Suit Larry.
No. I played
Postal.
Mortal Kombat 1.
You did.
Yeah.
How was it?
I played... Dude. What do you mean, how is it?
I thought that was a simple
What do you mean,
question.
how is it? I was Jean-Claude Van Damme and I killed a man.
Raging hard on right there.
That's all you need to know. It's fucking fantastic.
Never got those games. Just the kills.
Never
that's
got
it.
you, Tim.
No, Tim, it's fun, dude. They've added like a quest mode to it that's actually entertaining.
I remember renting all the games, and there was
And
like all
Tim?
these things where you had to go from this area to that area, and then
Yeah.
you'd fight this random person, and then you
Tim,
go against fucking Luke Cage or something.
You gotta play the
Luke
story
Cage.
mode in it. The story mode is fucking awesome. It's fantastic. Ever since the last Mortal Kombat, like they've fucking nailed it.
Does any babies get killed in that game? No babyalities?
Not
Babality.
yet, but we'll see. And then babalities never killed babies; they just turned people into babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened to that baby after that? That baby died.
I know. I assume
right?
you adopt it and then you raise it, right? Yeah.
You just throw it into the fire pit or onto the spikes below the stage.
You turned Scorpion into a baby in the other worlds and left him in the fucking desert to die. What do you think's going to happen?
He left a baby in Outworld.
Or in a different dimension, because in universe, this entire dimension has been rebooted because Liu Kang won the previous one, took the hourglass back, and was able to undo time and start everything over.
Again.
Street Fight is much more my... Street Fight is up my alley, yeah.
Yeah.
Just fight on the streets, that's it.
You can do that, too. You don't need to do any story shit in Mortal Kombat. But it is a different kind of combat mechanic, and I do love what they've done here with, so all of your little special moves and everything, you can do a hypercharged version of it just by holding down, the right trigger, and it depletes a little bit of your special meter, but, dude.
Not my special meter.
So they dumbed it down.
It's so good. Yeah, they dumbed down, the fatalities. You don't have to hit 19 buttons to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was always... I never understood how motherfuckers back in the day, how motherfuckers figured that shit out.
They didn't. They usually read it in, a magazine or something.
Do you think that the game companies, sold that information to magazines? Game Informer got the rights to, here's how you can do all the special moves and stuff like that?
I'll bet they did, yeah. I'll bet they gave certain game publishers, hey, here's how you do these fatalities for marketing.
I'm actually... kind of know quite a bit about video game journalism, the history of it, and that was one of the arrangements. They did, yeah.
Because I always wondered how motherfuckers found. All right, because there's a glitch for Starfield. All right, I did it once. I'm never gonna do it again. But I just, I needed the money. The thing where you can look into the puddle outside on whatever the fucking thing is and get all the guys' thing. I did it one time. I was okay, you know what? That gave me enough money to buy all the ammunition I'm gonna need, and I can just loot my way through the game. But there's another one where you got to have a special fucking jump pack on and jump through this way and that way. Where you go underneath the fucking map, so you go underneath all the stores and take out all the shit. And I'm like, for real, it's like a 37 fucking step process to get to underneath the map. And I'm like, who figured this fucking shit out?
Modders. People who are making mods for the game, they get the asset packs, break it, no clip through the walls, try to find out where every item is located.
Okay, so then why not just make it where you have to do that? You go point A to point B. You turn the mod on, and now you're underneath the map. Why is it literally like a fucking 7-minute fucking thing where you got to jump on this ledge, change your fucking backpack so you can do this?
Because you're breaking the game.
Yeah, the game's not designed to do that, Tim.
I just can't figure out how people figure that shit out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People are real detail oriented when it comes to video. Go look up the history of Shadow of the Colossus and the shit people have done to try to find another Colossus or try to rescue the woman. Or
man,
people just literally pulling all of the raw data from the disc and combing over every fucking 0 and 1.
Do you guys ever watch fast runs?
Speed runs, yeah.
Speed runs, yeah.
I've only watched the videos where people got caught cheating on doing the speed runs.
No,
that's more fun for me.
I like to watch those sometimes, and I always hate the ones where they do it by clicking through the game. I'm like, that's not a speed run. That's just cheating.
Yeah. There's a guy who figured out how to inject memory data into the memory of Mario World. And he figured out basically how to glitch from the beginning of the game to the end credits just by stepping a few different ways and jumping on an object. And that doesn't count.
That's not fun.
Yeah, you should
put
check out
in a different category. That's it.
It is, Tim.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, there's glitchless is one of them. You can't use any glitching of any sort.
Those are the good ones where it's clear the person has done the work. Probably gave themselves tendinitis doing the work.
Yeah. You ever watch speedrunners on Twitch?
Sometimes.
Oh my God. It's so disheartening when they get I love it though, when they get a minute from breaking the world record, Tim, and just miss a fucking jump. And then the anger with which they reset the game system. Oh my God.
See, my cynical part of my brain is going, you know how I get more views on my Twitch channel? by missing it by 20 seconds and flipping my fuck, losing my shit, and I'm going, all right, I'm going to try it again next week at 8 p.m.
But Tim, you could hold the world record for a week until the next guy holds the world record. See, this is why my move is to find games nobody plays and get the world record at them.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got that WWF Crush Hour game I got to play. That's the WWF monster truck game.
Try that with Frogger.
On PlayStation 2. No, Frogger's been, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody plays Frogger. Yeah. You need like that or, like I said, the D&D fighting game. So Mortal Kombat, but with D&D characters.
No, how about this? I want to see somebody do a speed run on the original Atari 2600 Adventure.
I'm sure they have, Tim.
It's always old games. No one does speed runs of new games.
No, they do. People do like GTA 5 speed runs.
Really?
How can you do a speed run of GTA 5?
Usually a lot of glitches, but you can do glitchless, because people have figured out ways that they can like skip certain story missions by doing other ones first, and I mean, dude, there are speed runs. There's one dude whose speed run is being able to beat all of the Dark Souls games without getting hit once.
Yep, and naked, and barehanded.
Naked. Yep,
and blind.
Naked. What? Them or the character?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
And they play with the Donkey Kong bongos up their ass.
Yeah. The people do insane shit.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. There's a cool channel on YouTube, Summoning Salt.
There's that much competition that to set yourself apart, you got to put bongos up your ass?
Oh, yeah, Tim. That's the majority, besides women's boobs, in a hot tub, but that's the majority of Twitch.
I'm going to start a channel where I try to do speed runs and see what happens.
You could do slow runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? What's the fastest? I'll do it. What's the longest to get through a fucking mission?
Right. The other fun one is, in Mario 64, when you get the one-up mushroom, it chases you. People have made a game out of seeing how long they can avoid that one-up mushroom without dying. That shit rules. Especially if you can watch Japanese people doing it. That's the funniest shit ever. Because, goddamn, the people I was watching were these two Japanese guys doing it, and they were getting very animated about it.
Oh, God. If you ever want to do competitive anything in video games, just play when Japan's asleep.
Yeah.
I've played enough Tetris 99.
Yep, that's exactly the one, Candice. Tetris 99. As soon as people's fucking names turn into characters, I'm
done.
off. Yep. I'm out for the night. Doesn't matter if it's Korea, Japan, I don't care.
Doesn't matter. Nope.
No, I'm fucked. So, Dolly Dearest, Candice, we floated a lot of options from 1991. This is the one you wanted to cover. Why?
Well, you didn't have to say it with that kind of tone.
Why Dolly Dearest, Candice?
Because we couldn't decide. We were butting our heads. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, Dolly Dearest is...
Yeah, it was going back pretty much between me and Candice. Eddie had nothing to do with this pick.
Eddie was the cool middleman.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I've never actually seen Dolly Dearest, but I remember that cover art. So just like any other 90s experience, you've never seen it, don't know anything about it, but you remember the cover art. And so you watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. It was that movie and Dolls for me. The cover art.
Dolls was good, though. That was Stuart Gordon movie, Dolls.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen Dolly Dearest before, Candice?
No, I hadn't.
Oh, boy.
I just remember the cover, and I said, screw it, let's do Dolly Dearest.
So what'd you think of Dolly Dearest, Candice?
I like the doll. That's about it.
The regular doll? The doll that was a little person with a mask on? Or the fucked up doll?
The fucked up doll.
That looked like... like me
tangerine?
In the morning, kind of. What about you, Tim? What's your history with this movie?
Never saw this movie at all. And again, Candice recommended it, and I was like, you know what? Let's listen to the broad one time and see what happens.
Yeah, and here you go. Here you go. Same. I've never seen this movie before, but you're right. It's one of the covers that stuck with my head, and I was like, yeah, we'll do that one.
That's 90s.
By the way,
90s, baby.
Well, no surprise. I love this fucking movie. I thought this movie was fucking great.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Huh. I have written down, 91 is my jam with fucking horror movies.
Clearly, I think, I noticed that we had Gremlins, we had Puppets, we had Dolls, and then we have Graboids. Like, what other kind of, like, small creatures could we bring in for 1991?
Oh, I mean, you've got Critters, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's Critters 3 came out in 91. Yeah, that movie blew,
sure. So... You've got Ghoulies. Was there a Ghoulies?
There had to have been.
In 91? I bet there was. No Munchies, though. Munchie was not 91. But, yeah, you're right,
Child's
man.
Play 3 came out in 91.
Yeah. It was really the era of little killer shit that I could
that was the other one that we almost going to do, Child's Play 3.
Yeah, that movie's just...
That's the Military Academy one, right?
Yeah, that's okay. I think I've seen that one more than I've seen all the other ones.
Weird.
Same.
That's really weird.
No, that or Bride of Chucky. I might have seen Bride of Chucky.
No, I don't think I've ever seen Bride of Chucky. I've seen bits and pieces of
Wait till we get to 98, Tim.
Dude, yeah, when we get to those later Child's Play movies, they get good, man.
They get really good.
Because I love me some fucking Meg Tilly or Jennifer Tilly, whichever Tilly she is.
Yeah, Jennifer, but you know.
Okay.
I love her so much I didn't learn her name.
You don't need to know her name.
I keep mixing up which one was in the Chucky movies, which one was in Agnes of God.
Tim's like, yeah, you know what? I don't need to know her name.
That's right. Those Tillies got me going.
Those Tillies. Show me your Tillies.
Wait, hold on. I've got a slide whistle on here, too. I got to see which one it is, though. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, sounds like it's going down.
Just like the Tilly.
That's when it's Meg Tilly instead. I'm like, damn, it wasn't Jennifer. Oh, well.
The good actress.
Jennifer's Tilly.
Yeah. So, Dolly Dearest, written and directed by Maria Leese.
Okay.
Who, you say?
Yeah. Okay.
You're right. Who?
She couldn't afford a last name, so she had to lease it. Yeah.
By Maria Leese, my last name.
I'm looking for a cricket. I don't have one, though. Oh, I got this.
Too long.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
All that build up for just that?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a nuclear bomb or something. What the fuck was that? Oh, and just like that, it's also disappointing in the end. Yeah.
Hold on here, Tim. I'm going to send you a link. This is Maria Leese, the writer director.
I'm going to let Candice look at it first.
Of this movie. No, this is a totally safe one, Tim. What's she known for? Well, I'm not going to say starred in, because that's a weird, but she acted in a ton.
Wow! Holy fuck!
Oh.
Damn!
She leased her clothes, too.
Yo, one of my favorite kind of boobs, side.
Yep. You're welcome.
My favorite kind of boob is side.
Tim, she played fifth girl from sixth group in Street of a Thousand Pleasures in 1972.
Wait, hold on. All I see is all the sins of Sodom? What the fuck?
Yeah, hedonistic pleasures, the kiss-off, 7 Days Too Long.
Ooh.
She did a lot of exploitation films in the 70s. Then she went on to be a script supervisor on television all the way up until 2010, she was doing that. She worked on...
For Punky Brewster.
Yeah, for Punky Brewster. No, for let's see here. Oh, here we go. Teenage Jailbait. She was a script girl for that.
Oh,
The
good.
Dirty Dolls, Schoolgirls in Chains. Sounds pretty good so
Very
far.
nice.
But then later on, Boston Legal, The Practice, The Guardian.
So she got real
Those-
scripts.
Oh, she went to the other side of the law, yeah.
Yeah, she went to the other side of the law. Oh, man. But, no, so for directing, though, this was really her first full thing, like, actual feature movie. And then she directed a couple episodes of Silk Stockings, which...
Oh, shit. Tell Bobby that.
Yeah, she's got a vibe about her, let's say. Then you've got for starring, because the other couple of writers here, Rod Nave and Peter Sutcliffe, this is their only writing credit.
Because they're made up names.
Yeah, most likely. So we're going to go with the starring. I'm going to start out with the mother, who you might recognize, Tim. Marilyn Wade, played by Denise Crosby.
I had to stop and look it up because I'm looking at this fucking bitch's face. I know her from somewhere.
Do you know her from The Cemetery, Tim?
Yeah.
A certain Pet Cemetery.
The first movie that ever gave me a real nightmare where I
Boners,
woke up gasping for air.
That was the
Pet
first
Sematary.
Stephen King book I ever read, and fucking Zelda scared the shit out of me.
Exactly. It was Zelda. It was Zelda.
Damn, yeah.
It's not the little kid. It's not Gage. It's fucking
Zelda's
Zelda.
the scariest part of that fucking book.
Yep.
Then
People are
we've got
dumb.
playing the
But
father.
my question is she doing something about Mary hair in this entire fucking movie?
Oh, you think somebody came in her hair?
She's got that bowl cut, but now it's got curls. So
No,
it's
it's got curls, it's got edges, it's got points. I'm like, there's no way you can't just wake up and not spend like an hour and a half on your fucking hair.
Well, she's also
every day to get it look like that.
She's also wearing like dance dresses. Like she's gonna be Ginger Rogers or something. Like the clothes that she wears of just lazing about the house.
I have written down one time, is this bitch gonna fucking sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President?
Yep.
The wardrobe choices for everybody. Like, specifically, my favorite, though, is the father. Because when we see him in the beginning on the airplane, he's like Mr. Nerdworth, glasses,
got all of his
buttoned
papers.
up. By the end of it, he's got a shirt with 2 buttons buttoned.
Yeah,
running
who is this
around.
guy?
Yeah, this guy, Sam Bottoms, who played Elliot Wade.
His name is Sammy Bottoms.
Sam Power
Sammy
Bottoms.
Sam the Power Bottoms. Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
I certainly do. He was GM3 Lance B. Johnson in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. But he's from a fucking Power family. He's up there with the Carradines and the Bridges.
Okay.
Timothy Bottoms, Joseph Bottoms.
Never heard of any of
And
these
then you
people,
got
Tim.
Sammy Bottoms. Look them up. You're going to see they were both of his older brothers were huge actors, and they all 3 of them look exactly the fucking same. In fact, Candice, just go on Google right now and just do a
search for Bottoms.
Bottom Brothers.
Yep. Bottom
and
brother.
see what happens.
I was going to say, if that's true, then Tim, this guy is the bottom of the bottoms.
He is the bottom of the bottoms, yes, definitely. When you got this guy, you're like, oh, wait, that's Timothy Bottoms. You're like, no, wait, that's not. Oh, wait, is it Joseph? No. Who else is it? Oh, Sammy.
Yeah. Not the best actor, but, he was fun. More fun in this, though, as I alluded to earlier, Rip Torn. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in this movie.
I don't know either.
He has a German last name, but he has a Spanish accent.
No, he does not have a Spanish accent. He has the
He's
laziest. He
to.
doesn't even try. Just throw an amigo in there, and that's the Spanish accent.
Plays
El
Carl
Fuego.
Resnick. Rip Torn, of course, from some of the best movies ever. I mean, you got RoboCop 3. You got Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah,
Classic.
that's right. The movie you turned me around on, Eddie. You turned me around on that
Telling
movie.
you, he especially in Freddy Got Fingered was probably the best part of it.
It's funny.
So
Because it's
fucking
Rip
good.
fucking Torn, and he's got to put up with that fucking shit in the movie, and it's amazing. Like, how is he not drunk enough just to like shoot Tom Green in the head?
Yeah. I love Rip Torn, man.
It's funny that you mentioned Freddy Got Fingered, because I was just talking about that movie and Tom Green this week. Because I like Tom Green, and I like that movie, and my husband hates both. Hates them.
My favorite Tom
Tell me,
Green
gotta watch it again.
was Undercutter's Pizza. I know I bring that one up all the that's the best one of his sketches.
Oh, that's right, with that fucking Goomba guy from fucking Long Island is ready to kill him.
He's gonna fucking kill a guy for offering him a cheaper pizza. I fucking love it, dude.
He goes back in his house and he comes back out to continue yelling at
So good. And finally, on the cast and crew, I had to bring up Lupe Ontiveros, who plays the lady they hired as their maid, Camilla.
I've seen her a million times, yeah.
Yeah, I saw her kill Selena in the movie Selena.
That's her?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
She plays Yolanda in the movie Selena. She's Nora in As Good as It Gets. She's been in...
Oh my god, that's right!
Yep.
She's in As Good as It Gets. The worst fucking movie to win an Oscar for somebody, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's been in a ton of movies, and she's fantastic in this movie, man. One of them that's actually, like, putting it out there and trying.
Yeah. It's like, look, this script is crap, but I'm going to make it work.
And I've got to bring up Ed Gale, who plays the doll, is the little person actor. He was also Howard the Duck. He was Dink in Spaceballs.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a storied little person actor that didn't even get credited in this fucking movie.
God, that sucks.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe it's one of those. It's like I don't want my name attached.
That's
to
true.
the other fucking things I got.
Maybe he had to make rent that month, and he was like, "Look, I'm not proud of this, but I'll be in Dolly Dearest."
Okay, I'll run it down for you. He was Howard the Duck. He was Dink in Spaceballs. Hooded Dwarf, uncredited in Phantasm 2.
Oh no, that was a big drop off right there.
Okay, but right after that, fucking Chucky from Child's Play.
No.
Yes.
Damn.
No.
So this is his fucking this is an audition clip.
No. Child's Play was 88. This is 91.
Oh, wait.
Child's Play 1, 1988.
So he went from Child's Play to this?
Yeah.
Oof.
So I guess nobody bought the Chucky doll, and then it ended up at the dollar store, and that's this role for him is the doll in Dolly Dearest.
I did have at one point in my notes I have, okay, who would win in a fight? You got Dolly Dearest, and she fucking fights in this movie. She's also a little shithead. You got Chucky, and then you got the Puppet Masters.
Well, you got numbers for the Puppet Masters.
Yeah,
and they
but they
got
all
guns.
suck.
You got numbers with the Dolly Dearest dolly, though.
That's
true, but Chucky's just a, born in the bone killer. That's just what he does. That's like his calling in life.
Well, Chucky...
this is a devil, Candice.
Yeah, this is a good point you bring up, Tim. Chucky famously is the soul of serial killer Charles Lee Ray put into a good guy's doll via voodoo. This is a demon.
I just thought of something.
Yeah, but
how come there's never been a prequel to what Charles Lee Ray was before he became Chucky, the serial killer?
Well, in the series, you get a lot more backstory. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
Thanks a lot. No,
Who
there goes my $1 million
him,
idea.
too? They had a little cameo of him. Not a cameo, but there was a brief scene with him in Child's Play. Who the fuck played Charles Lee? Oh, it was Brad Dourif. No, he did the voice. That's right. Fuck.
What are you talking about? In the first Child's Play movie?
Yes, in
It's
the first
Brad
Child's
Dourif.
Play movie.
Yeah.
No, that's the voice.
No, it's him. No, it's Brad Dourif.
So he was.
He's in the first movie. Yeah, he gets killed in the box of the fucking
I am
Chucky.
revoking your horror fan license right now.
I haven't seen that movie for fucking
I think he's fucking with this, Candice.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's about it I have for the background on this fucking movie.
No, you don't really need much.
No, you don't, because you don't really get much.
But you get good dolls.
You open on a guy who's prying open one of the tombs in Skyrim.
He's also the world's worst archaeologist.
Yes, you know what, Candice, I have written down. Guess what, motherfucker? It's like, let's make a deal. You don't know what's behind that curtain, but guess what? That curtain's worth a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, so don't touch it, or at least don't just yank it down with a rope and a winch.
Yeah.
Which, let me tell you, the time jump on this fucking blew my mind, because I have written down, the first thing I have is Dolly, so I know what movie it is. Then I have written down 1920, because who else wears a hat like that unless it's 1920?
Again, I think the prop department was pretty thin for what they could wear in this movie, because none of the fucking outfits make sense for anybody.
Okay, but for the timeline that we're going to find out that this happens in, it's better for the prop department to find a fucking piker hat or whatever the fuck that thing is called versus just like a regular hat or no hat.
What's up with the little boy that just dresses like a young Republican?
Oh, the little yuppie?
Oh,
yeah.
I written down, this guy reminds me, I don't know why this guy reminds me of like a young Brandon Lee.
No, he reminded me of a young Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
No. If you watch there's some Brandon Lee movie where he wear glasses and he got that same haircut. I'm like, holy fucking shit, that looks exactly like him.
Oh, no. Okay. So, the guy tries to pry the door open. He tries to winch it open. Doesn't work.
And if he was a young Republican, he'd be building a wall, not knocking a wall.
That's true. And then this wall just falls down on this dude and crushes him. Then I just have bad red CGI fingers fly out of it.
The evil escaping, but it's like fingers, but they're like inching themselves forward, but the camera's moving much faster than the fingers are. So it just looks really weird.
It looks like, you know what? If you just remove the red fingers, you've got a kind of competent Evil Dead vision.
Yeah. They were clearly what they were trying to go for, and they were not competent at it at all.
No. And this thing just sneaks into a trailer, and then we smash cut to our family flying to Mexico. And I gotta say, I fucking hate every member of this family.
Yeah, pretty much. Although the daughter looks a lot like my daughter. Like, looks a lot like her. I was like, ooh, that's weird.
We should get your daughter that dress.
Oh yeah, dress her up as Dolly Dearest.
Yeah, you just gotta drive up to like Amish country.
That's
I'm
true.
sure you could get that dress.
Yeah, where did they move from?
L.A.
Yeah, L.A., I guess.
Jesus Christ. And that's how you dress your fucking kids?
Let me ask you a question. Is this guy self-employed or something? Is he like a struggling entrepreneur, or does he have a company that he works for?
I have no idea what this man does for a living.
I think he grew up, I think he is like the great-grandson of Mattel. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not getting in the will because I married this girl from Pet Sematary. And my dad's like, hey, don't do that. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to strike out on his own by going to Mexico and like, instead of culturally appropriating something, he's just like, fuck it. I'm just stealing this shit that I just found here.
I thought that maybe he was running from he's a suspect in a murder. And he's like shipping his family off. Because why are they going to Mexico and they clearly have done no fucking research?
Tim, you think that immediately preceding this movie is just a phone call to a vacuum repair shop? Yeah. Gonna need a max flow extraction today. Yeah.
He's got that sweet doll money.
Yep. Because, okay, and you're so right. So his business plan is to move to Mexico, to buy a mansion in Mexico, in a
mansion
state.
With a quote-unquote factory where this man made one-of-a-kind dolls. Beautiful one-of-a-kind dolls that
Are they
people
on the
will
same
pay for.
property?
They are. As far as I know, they're on the same property.
How big is this fucking... How much land did this motherfucker buy?
Ooh, great question. Does that mean he also owns the Mayan ruins that they found?
Yes.
No, because there's a sign up there from the government, right? And I have written down how fucked up is you spend your last goddamn peso buying a fucking property in Mexico just to find out now there's some fucking Mayans laying under the ground that you gotta fucking dig up and you can't do shit with your doll factory.
Goddamn motherfucking Mayans.
Yeah, meanwhile, you married the bitch from Pet Sematary, and now you got a native burial ground.
You're raising Patrick Bateman.
Yep.
Yeah, I have written down she should have the heads up with these little motherfuckers running around, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you cannot take your eyes off of these fucking kids, man. They're just screwing around constantly. So they move into this mansion, right? And the mansion, I guess, comes with a servant. I don't know how that works. But it's a dope joint, right? And they're like, all right, this is cool and all. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go head down. I'm going to take a look at the factory.
Oh, the factory.
Yeah.
And this is where this guy got scammed. The company probably knew, and they just wanted him gone.
Yeah. No. It's all this one guy. Because he's like the one.
He's the realtor.
Him as a scout, the businessman. But no, he's also like the business guy, right? With this is what the factory is, everything like that. It's all been preserved exactly how it was.
And he lied through his fucking teeth.
He pulls a Tim Yobo on the guy. He's like, wait a minute, I thought you said here that you managed this whole place and kept it all operational. And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely. We didn't touch a fucking thing since the old bitch died.
Right.
And he's like,
and when we got it, it wasn't working anyway. So yeah.
And so the dad says, "What about these numbers and these business figures?" And he goes, "Oh, I copied them from an American textbook."
Got your ass. Order the deal, motherfucker.
So the dad's kind of pissed, but he goes looking around the factory and finds a bunch of the same doll. So much for
the daughter
one of
finds them.
Right, but so much for one of a kind dolls.
Yeah.
Candice, I'm willing to bet you weren't a doll kid.
No.
Right? I had quote unquote action figures because I was a boy. But what is it that makes you buy that one? Like if you go to the store and there's like 50 or 60 Chuckies or whatever the fuck. What was the name of this thing, by the way?
Just Dolly Dearest.
Dolly Dearest, yeah.
That's a name?
Yeah, that's the name.
Well,
of the doll.
It was good enough for Dolly Parton, right?
Huh? Well, I kept waiting for somebody to put one of these fucking things up on a wire hanger and all shit breaking loose. That's how the devil gets out. But What is it that makes you pick that one out?
See,
because when she's seeing it, there's like 50 of the motherfucking things, right?
I see. For me, like I collect plushes. Like I have my little collection of plushes.
Beanie Babies, okay,
not Beanie Babies, they're plushes.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies of the now.
I got one from the zoo. I got my Slowpoke. I got my Clap. I got my Pedo Bear. I collect plushes. And
wait, what is it?
Pedo Bear.
I got
What kind of bear was that?
A Pedo Bear. Pedo Bear. He's a pedestrian bear. He walks a lot.
He's bipedal.
Exactly.
Hey, if you're bipedal, does that mean you'll fuck little boys and girls?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I was just trying to make a light pedophile joke, and then you had to take it all the way down.
Wow. Huh? No, I know what you mean, though. It's like, there's something about that one. You see it, and you're like, that's the one I want.
I just don't think that bipedal was pretty funny.
I remember, I think I've said this before. I had every fucking Star Wars toy as a kid. Basically. Yeah. And I just remember, like, when I went in and there was new Han Solo, I took the one that was the next one. It wasn't like I went digging through like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, I guess the little girl just picked out the version of the dolly that had the fewest spiders in its hair.
The one that wasn't giving the biggest resting bitch face.
Yeah, no, the note that I have here is, so they let the little girl who followed the frog grab the lead paint doll and bring it home.
That's how you save that money, right? Because in America, you can't use that red paint or that red dye number 2 on the dresses.
Yeah.
Or M&M's.
Go where there's fewer regulations.
Speaking of lead, so I got a letter from the school, and they're like, we are federally obligated to show this letter to all the parents about how much lead has been found in the latest screening.
You should have known when it was spelled Ledder.
And they've had to shut down like a portion of the school. And they have to redo it and everything.
Wow,
I was like, oh, damn. Good. That's nice.
So for the next 3 months, your kids will be learning the asbestos wing.
They're working on that one next. They'll just shuffle them around the whole school.
Don't they just teach the kids out in the woods out there?
Out in nature?
Yeah.
That's all you really need to learn.
Don't you just have to learn
root.
Yeah, you just have to learn how to hunt, trap, kill, fuck, and eat an animal, right?
I've actually taught my kids what foods are edible in our yard.
Why?
Because it's interesting.
No, hold on. I want to know what kind of edible foods that Candice has in her backyard.
Yeah, we got chicory, and we got Queen Anne's lace.
Chicory?
Those are wild carrots at the bottom. There's wild onions.
They got some bologna succulents.
What makes an onion wild?
I don't know.
It's upbringing.
It's feral. It's my feral onions.
I'm more of a nurture versus nature kind of guy with my onions.
I like fair-raised onions.
Yeah. They need a lot of encouragement, onions do, when you raise them. So this fucking...
That's why they'll make you cry.
This fucking little bitch brings this doll home. Oh, and the little boy just sneaks off into the fucking mines. All right, that's good. Great parenting.
No, this mom is terrible. She's
this mom
horrible
rules,
mother.
Man. I love her because look at her life. She moves to this mansion, bitches at her husband all day, and picks flowers, and that's basically all she does.
Just watches the help do all the work.
Yeah, dude. This is the thing, man. Women had it so good back then.
Oh my god.
And then you moved to Mexico, you had it 10 times as good. Yeah.
The only thing you had to worry about is if you ever were in a possession situation, nobody's going to believe you.
Or if the husband leaves you for a younger woman eventually, which is guaranteed going to happen.
Is that why she's dressing like that?
Oh, she's trying to recapture her youth.
I think
because the way she dresses in this movie is really incredible. And I think I said to you both, I don't know if you saw the movie before I sent you the thing in Discord about like looking how many times we get down shirt shots.
Yeah, we don't get any.
It's incredible.
Naked boobs, but we
get... that's right. I looked. I'm sorry, Eddie. She was, because I was like, who is this lady? I looked and she, the Pet Cemetery. Then I looked a little bit more down. 2 Red Shoe Diary appearances. As one of them is Officer, quote unquote, Mona. And then I don't remember what the last name was after that, but it says Officer, quote unquote, Mona.
It would be so funny if Tim tracked down those episodes and watched them and she doesn't get naked. She's like the only person who doesn't get naked.
Come on. Her middle name in parentheses is Mona.
I imagine Tim, when he sees something like that, he like freezes for a moment, goes into his mind palace, and then remembers, did I fucking beat off to that broad?
Huh.
Yeah, I beat off to her.
It's like a codex he's flipping through.
No, it's like I said, when you see a woman's boobs, it takes away their power. So Tim, you have to see her boobs to take away the power.
I'm just trying to remember because I know at one point I had Showtime.
Yeah, you may have, Tim.
Yeah.
You may have. So they bring the fucking doll home. And this little girl just discovers in the backyard that they have this giant doll house.
Oh, man, I would have killed for one of those things. That's a cool clubhouse.
But you didn't have dolls.
No, but still, it's still a clubhouse.
Candice, when you rejected your dolls, you rejected the dolls.
Oh, that was another question I was going to ask you guys. Mm-hmm. What is the one toy that you would have killed for as a kid, but you never got it?
That's a good question. Tim, was it that loop that you push with the stick down the street?
No, I will have to say, even though I did not grow up the richest kid, we were kind of like more on the poor side. I was always kind of lucky because I got a lot of good toys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so you don't feel the sting.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, I had everything. I had basically every Star Wars toy. I had even
That's
the
nice.
knockoffs. I had Battlestar Galactica stuff and stuff like that. Just wasn't like food or love.
Yeah.
Got all the toys I could want, but
yeah, I was gonna say maybe attention.
Damn
if I
it!
could get some of that, that'd be pretty good. No, I always wanted.
It costs too much. Here's a Millennium Falcon.
You know what I always wanted? I had Skull Mountain, but I didn't have Castle Grayskull.
I had Castle Grayskull.
See, we should have been friends, Tim. Me and a 30-year-old man.
No, I think I had it like 10 years before you did. So
yeah, that's probably.
I mean,
true.
oh man, that fucking Death Star thing was one of my favorites. Yeah. That and the fucking AT-AT. Oh, Jesus
what about you,
Christ.
Candice?
A Power Wheel. I wanted one of those power wheels so fucking bad. I was gonna shake
the electric
someone.
ones, yeah.
Never got one.
Hey, you know what's funny? You could get one right now and ride around on it. It wouldn't look that weird.
Wait, is that like a big wheel?
No, Tim, a Power Wheel was a little battery-powered like car that was about a 16th the size of a regular car.
Yeah.
No, I know somebody my friend Renato, his brother Dennis.
Where the fuck do you ride a Power Wheel in Queens, New York?
Where the fuck do you get the name
in
of
the
Renato?
Backyard. They lived in Whitestone.
What the fuck? What's
Yugoslavian?
Okay,
wait, hold on, Serbian. I probably just blew people's minds there. Yeah. No, that little kid. Swear to God, I don't know what happened, but if I had to bet my last dollar, he's in jail for killing somebody.
Damn.
Probably over the Power Wheel.
That kid was a little fucking psychopath.
Did he run over another kid in his Power Wheel? That's how he died. Or he pushed him into traffic with his Power Wheel?
Yeah, vehicular manslaughter.
No, I just kept like revving up the engine, made the other kid back up into traffic.
Oh, you think he like maximum overdrived it? He taped down the throttle on it just to scare some kid to death?
No, there was just, I think I mentioned this before in another podcast. You just like sometimes you've been around a kid or a person and you're just like, yo.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up. Yeah, I don't know what kind of fucking energy is coming out of this, but something good ain't happening at the end of this kid's lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a good instinct to have, man.
That's my nephew.
Just to be like, uh-oh.
And he's a highway state trooper now, so yeah, he is still a little dickhead.
There you go.
State trooper, that says it all. Not even a regular cop. It's got to be a state trooper, the one that everybody hates.
Yeah. That's why they made that movie Super Troopers, to try to repair their image.
Yep.
Didn't work.
I'm sure it was sanctioned. Completely sanctioned.
After watching that movie, I'd still be like, you know what? I still want a fucking rookie trooper pulling me over when I got 2 pounds of marijuana in my backseat instead of watching this fucking movie again.
So, yeah, as they're unpacking, Mom finds some weird picture that the little girl was drawing on the letter to her friends that she was sending.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck is up with this? She's got a bunch of pen pals that she's already written 2 or 3 times?
I thought it was to show that she was a really, popular, extroverted person.
I think it was to show that she was pissed they were moving.
Well, yeah.
Maybe both.
So she was writing back like the old neighborhood?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she was writing back to Spoolie and
When I moved from Miami to North Carolina, I did that for a little bit. I was like wrote letters back to my friends.
Do you think any of them read it, Candice?
No. I don't even know if they got sent.
They're like, oh wow, look at this.
I almost guarantee you they were never sent.
Those fuckers are in the trash right next to all the letters to Santa and your college applications.
You jest.
No, I don't. No. So, so she's like, well, that's fucking weird. The kid, I thought she was going to mail these letters off, but she wrote these weird drawings all over them. That's kind of odd. And the kid just, stumbles back, goes into the little lead house in the back of the backyard. So the next day, Mom and her head out to not even run errands. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just drive in their station wagon. And we're cutting between that and this priest blessing the house.
Yeah, I thought he was blessing the cars as they were driving by. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because at first you don't know that it's at the house. You just see a priest in a road in a car.
Oh, Tim. Buddy, I think I just worked on a good deal for us here, man. You know how, well, you don't drive much, but you know how people will park on the side of the road, or not park, they'll be on the side of the road begging for money at intersections.
And they'll clean your windows.
Oh, I saw a couple of people like that today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or washing windows, and then wanting money. What if you run around with one of those scepters with the holy water in it, and you just bless people's cars?
Oh, fuck.
Then here you go, Tim. Here's the deal, right? Then you got the collection plate, right? And it's church. It's all tax-free.
That's right. And you guess what? On the internet, you can become a reverend.
Yep.
For what, $2?
Tim.
And all of a sudden, guess what? That's
just
holy water.
Go find that. Go find the back of the comic book where you got your weird change dispenser. I think they've got one of those sacrament wands you could get from there.
Yeah, I don't care what you said. That thing was fucking cool.
The wand? Yeah, the sacrament.
No, the change dispenser thing. That was fucking great. I love that shit.
Yeah, those are...
I remember I actually had to save up to buy a belt to put it on.
So by the time you were done, you had no money. You were like, shit.
Zero sum.
My seed money's gone.
So,
wait a second. People aren't going to pay me to change their money. They're going to give me the exact thing. I get the exact same thing. They can't even take 3% off on the top.
Yeah, you want to wet your beak a little, Get a dime on a dollar.
You want change for $1? I'm going to give you back 97 cents.
Right, Daddy's got to get a taste,
Got a little bit of everything with 97 cents,
yeah,
right?
That's true. Yeah, it's not just 4 quarters. You got to give somebody a nickel. I'm already saving you 20 cents. See, there you go. And okay, Candice, I got to ask you, what's cooler besides Tim's change thing? Right? You have the holy water wand or the incense burner on the chain?
Ooh. I think the incense burner's cooler.
I think I'm with you on that one.
I like the chain.
Tim?
Yeah. No, see, I think the thing, if you want the biggest audience, I think you go with the holy one more than the incense, right? Because I think only Catholics use the incense.
No, I mean what's cooler though, Tim?
Oh. Well, I was an altar boy, so I used to remember almost getting high off of holding that fucking incense thing a little bit too close to us. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Oh,
damn. Oh, my God. I can fucking still remember that smell. It had a lavender. Oof. Jesus Christ.
So,
literally.
While this is going on, the little girl is just freaking the fuck out in the backseat of I would have reached back and hit this fucking cunt. Oh my God!
Yeah, this is like driving Damien to the church of the Omen.
Yep. And she starts just shrieking, and the boy in the front, he's pissed off, and it's cutting back and forth between. Oh my God! Great freak out scene
just
here about the little girl.
White devil.
Yeah. And they pull up to the house, and the help lady runs out. The lady that killed Selena, so she has no room to talk here. She pops out. She's like, what the fuck's going on? The mom's like, what's this asshole doing here? The daughter's freaking out. She's like, oh, it's just a priest. They never did anything to kids. So she's like, yeah, that's a good point. No, she says he's blessing the house. They just, it's a custom around here. It's like, okay, well, next time before the customs, maybe ask. How about that?
You know what? Hold on, Eddie. I'm sorry. Tangent. Mexican. did that shit with the priest only happen in America? Or was it like worldwide? That like switching motherfuckers all over the
that we know of. It was in America. I don't know about other places, man. It's possible. So, yeah, they finally he leaves, and the mom kind of calms the little girl down. It's like, look, man, go get in there, go in the house, chill out, And while this is happening, by the way, the next day, it's the next day, the little boy sneaks into the fucking ruins and steals the map.
Yeah, I was like, it's the Hardy's boy's younger brother, Ed.
Ed Hardy?
Ed Hardy?
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn, I'm
more
good.
like a Hardy.
That's a running joke, Candice, isn't it? Come on.
Damn right it was.
Come on.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Well, this kid's like a Hardy boy from hell, stealing the shit and fucking...
Yeah, but he's also a little douche, so he's Ed Hardy.
Yeah, well, I could see him wearing Ed Hardy.
Is this kid choosing to dress like this, or is his parents making him dress like this?
Yeah, because he's got the suspenders and like the pinstripe, like button-up shirt.
The first time we see him, Candice, he's wearing like a 3-piece business suit.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be in 7th grade.
You know what? He reminds me of like Wormser from Revenge of the Nerds. Little fucking wiener wearing a suit everywhere. Fucking dork.
I've only seen that movie one time.
That's all you need. It's not very good. So the maid comes up to, talk to him first, though. And then the little girl looks at the maid and calls her Kunta Kinte, which I thought was rude.
What? I don't think
what she says
what she
sounds very similar to Kunta Kinte, and I thought that was very rude to call the help that. If you know what I mean. Not going to say why exactly, but we all know why. But no, she was speaking Satan language, hell speak, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's looked like this. Not the Saracens, but what is their satanic group called?
They make
the
up a
Sansies.
satanic
Oh, it's the Sansies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sansies.
the Satan sees or
Sansies, something like that. Yeah.
Did your mom make you listen to that Sansi song a lot growing up?
Oh, Candice got it mixed up all this time.
Yeah, it's like a
man.
satanic whore or something.
Huh.
That makes sense.
It tracks.
Yeah. So yeah, the kid steals the fucking map at the Mayan dig site, whatever. And this is the first time we cut over and we get to see Rip Torn, the professor. And I gotta say, baby blue suit and bow tie Rip Torn.
And he's supposed to be Hispanic. But his name's like Carl Reiner or something like that.
No, it's like Carl Reiner.
It's not Brazil, Candice.
It's like Kaiser. It's like Adolf Kaiser or some shit. I don't know. It's definitely not Hispanic, that's for sure. But I got to tell you, man, how he did not get Sexiest Man Alive this year.
Really?
Just for this role. Just for that suit.
Somebody go back and look at people's website. Who won Sexiest of the Man? Patrick Duffy or Rip Torn?
Yeah.
In 1991?
Or Nick Nolte.
Tom Selleck.
Probably, yeah.
Look at Candice. I hear her going. Yeah.
I want to know.
Just type it extra fast.
1991, Patrick Swayze.
I got the Patrick right. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Very, very close, Tim.
Oh my God. 1992 is Nick Nolte.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Ooh, 1987 was Harry Hamlin.
Talk about a dive from Swayze to Nolte.
Oh, oof.
No, because some chicks dig Keith Richards, right?
They're stupid. They're dumb.
Oh, my wife fucks me. I don't know what to tell you.
She's stupid. She's dumb.
Yeah, look at your husband. What's he up to? Anyhow, oh my God. I guess that we learned here that the dude that got crushed in the Mayan ruins was Rip Torn's buddy. That they knew each other for 30 years. So Rip Torn's like, pack my bags, I'm going down to Maya. And they're like, it's not called Maya, they're called Mayans. It's Mexico. It's like, whatever.
I have a question here. Isn't this movie like a face-off between Jesus and Mayans? Because the two should meet, right?
That's a good point.
So I looked up how long the Mayan civilization lasted, and they would have encountered Christianity at one point.
Oh, I'm sure they were very welcoming.
I was like, well, that actually tracks. Nothing else in this movie tracks, but...
Yeah. Those Catholics say, look, just put us in charge. Don't worry. You have freedom of religion. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Freedom of religion is our number one thing.
Maybe you can see why they have antagonistic feelings towards Christians.
Yeah. It turns out a lot of the imperialism was not great for a lot of people. And a lot of people harbor some ill will after that. He fucking flies on down there. He's like, all right, I'm on my way, So we cut to the house. We got Jessica and the stupid fucking...
he's doing a Bob Marley because he's heading to that Mayan mine.
No, Tim.
Sorry.
So we got Jessica and the stupid doll out in the creepy doll house, just hanging out at night. And I'm like, this is perfect. You prop a door up against a chair up against the door. You light it on fire. Movie's over. You get rid of the possessed kid and the fucking doll. And we're watching the maid do some weird Jizo-y candle stuff. And man...
Okay, I got so pissed off when we find out later on this is in the fucking kitchen of the house that she's doing this.
Yeah.
This is like in her room.
Yeah.
Would you be upset if you had a maid and she was doing like Roman Catholic rituals in the living room?
If she's doing that in her room, I don't give a fucking shit. But don't be doing it in my fucking kitchen, getting that fucking candle smell all over my fucking pancakes.
Just Tim out in the fucking middle of the night wearing his boxers with his fucking nut hanging out one leg.
He's got one slipper on. He's wearing.
Hey, it's Mexico. I'm free balling.
Just ass sticking out of the fucking refrigerator, eating loose leaf like turkey lunch meat. Well, this fucking woman is doing some ceremony behind him.
Cold turkey out of the refrigerator tastes fucking good.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Put some salt on that shit. Oof.
Yeah, the fucking mom comes in then after a hard day of picking flowers.
Yeah,
and she sits down.
This is when she's dressed like Marilyn Monroe for some reason.
Yeah. It's... I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man. With these, again, the wardrobes in it are insane because she looks like...
It's all her clothes are for down skirt.
Down skirt? That's a...
Yeah, no,
I haven't seen that one.
You don't want that. You want up skirt and down shirt.
Then how she brings she goes out back to check on the daughter, who's just like drawn. It looks like an animal eating another animal. But what I'm more concerned with is she's got a Coca-Cola on the table. That's fine. She's got like a pack of smokes.
No, I have written down, that's Mexican Coke. That's the best fucking Coke.
That's true.
Made with real sugar.
Yep.
Yeah. And a pack of cigarettes, it looks like.
Yeah.
On there. But then I checked out. I was like, no, that's the crayons. It's just the same shaped box.
Yeah, that's no pack of cigarettes.
Dolly.
Well, I would have recognized them, yeah.
Dolly Dearest is like that hillbilly from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
The hillbilly? Which one was that?
The one with the doll that wants to kill himself, and he keeps like asking me to get him pills.
Jigglebilly and Happy Time Harry.
Happy Time Harry, that's right. Yeah, he's like Happy Time. She's like Happy Time Harry, and she's like, "Give me a pack of smokes."
One of David Cross's best roles is Happy Time Harry. So yeah, then the little girl, the maid lady comes out there, and she's like, "Let me get the dishes from you." Little girl just smacks the shit out of the dishes out of the fucking broad's hands.
And then shoves her.
I'm like, just backhand this fucking bitch right now. Knock the blonde out of her fucking hair. Just whack. That'll teach her. But now the mom instead is like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's gotten into her ever since she got the doll or whatever. The lady's, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just go back in the house, I guess, and pray to weird candles some more.
I think that solves every problem.
Yeah. So then the mom pops in. She's like, what the fuck what was that about? That was very rude. You need to go apologize. And I love the apology.
Oh, the apology's the worst. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah, but sometimes that's the best you're getting out of a kid, right?
Oh, yeah. Go tell the maid you're sorry. And she's like, I'm sorry. And then just turns around and walks off.
That's the equivalency of, I'm sorry you felt offended by something I said.
Oh, yeah. Listen, if you got your feelings hurt by what I said, then I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. But you know what's fun? I mean, insincere apologies are great.
Oh, they're
move.
beautiful because they're always obvious.
Of course, they're always obvious. And so she's like, all right, I'm out on this one then. Peace. I told her I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm going back to the dollhouse. So Oh, man.
And as the movie's progressing, the little girl is dressing more and more like Dolly Dearest. She even cuts her own hair to make it look like her.
Who's dressing this kid? Yeah.
Yeah, and the mom asks, she's like, what the fuck? Why do you hate the maid? She made you lunch and stuff, you know? You don't pay her or anything, and I don't think Dad's fucking her, so what's the problem? And then she's like, oh, well, she prays to spirits that hate Dolly. And I'm like, okay, a little segment always in Eddie's fucking movies here. When Eddie leaves, right here. As soon as this fucking little bitch is like, oh, the Dolly hates the spirit that the lady's praying to, I'm like, all right, well, that's fun. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go see what Dad's doing at work.
Yeah.
And you tell the maid, you keep an eye on him.
Just leave a cloud of dust behind
LA,
you.
yeah.
Little cartoon puff.
Yep. Then all you got to do is go over to the stove, blow out the pilot light, just crank the gas on that bitch, and then
Move
leave.
to Maine. Maybe you're going to meet some nice doctor. You never know.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of there. So, no, that doesn't happen, unfortunately. The mom sticks around. But that night, Dad heads out. He's like, all right, I'm going to go. Clearly, I'm not fucking her, so I'm heading out.
What's up with the car that they're using?
What about it?
Was this like a fucking ex-taxi cab or something like that? Because the 4 doors have like something sandblasted off the side of them.
Oh.
Each one of those doors are all fucked up.
I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah, I didn't notice that one, Tim. I'm gonna have to. Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm looking
You
at
didn't
it now.
notice. Yeah, you didn't notice that the car exactly. All 4 fucking doors.
Yeah, you know, it looks like the car's got vitiligo. Is what's going on?
Vertiligo.
Oh my god.
What?
Isn't it vertiligo?
No, vitiligo.
Oh.
We know what you meant.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like the car's got that. That's fucking crazy. So Dad dips out in the middle of the night to go to the factory because I guess fuck Mom, whatever. And while he's heading out there, daughter sees it, heads out too. She's like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go play out in the fucking little
Oh my god! Because
playhouse at night.
I have written down the way that they shoot the scene is. I thought the doll got out of the fucking room and started driving the fucking car and was like going to run the maid off the road or something like that. The way that they fucking edit it, you don't know that that's the dad getting out until like 4 minutes later.
Yeah, no, that's true. They don't show it until later. So she heads out. The maid sees her head out. And the maid, by the way, the maid quit this day. She was like, you know what? I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she talked to her sister, the nun.
Yeah, my sister, the nun.
Sister, yeah.
My sister told me I should get out of here. So it's my last day on the job, you know.
I'm ready to retire from this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go open up a farm somewhere, retire.
I'm going to become a manager of this girl that I just met.
Yep. No, so she follows the kid out back. She's like, what the fuck are you doing out here, idiot? Get back in the house. You sleep in a house, not a fucking dollhouse. The little girl's pissed at her, but okay, whatever. Goes to head back in the house, door's locked. Well, shit. Wind blows it shut. Goes, all right, you stay here. I'm going to walk around the front. Walks around the front, door's locked. I'm like, you know what? Leave.
Yep.
Again, you're done. This isn't your kid. Just leave. So, no. She goes into the damn cellar. Opens up the cellar door, climbs down there. And then I kind of am like, okay, she gets what she deserves here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, she spends so long dawdling around in the dark that you kind of just get it over with at some point.
Well, plus, when's the last time she cleaned down here?
Oh, yeah, it's all covered in cobwebs, dirt.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting down here. And it appears she's never been down here before because she starts seeing doll parts and freaking out. Like, oh, there's doll parts. And she sees eyes of the doll eyes just laying on it. The doll in this
movie is pretty creepy, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably creepier when it takes an owl and stabs her in the fucking shoulder.
Yeah, that too. Plus, for the longest time in this movie, you don't know if it's just the one doll that's possessed or if all of them are possessed. And I think at this point you realize that all of them are possessed.
Yep. Because she gets stabbed in the fucking shoulder by the doll. And she's like, all right, I'm going to try to get the fuck out of here. Clearly the doll's possessed and evil. Goes to...
Sorry, I was taking a piss. How does that work where they're all possessed? Is like one stronger than the other?
I don't know.
Are they a copy of a copy of a copy?
Wasn't it just...
Which one is the one that makes the decision?
Yeah, because there's just one devil baby.
That's a good
So what
point,
are the other
Candice.
spirits?
Yeah.
Well, it's just one. Maybe it's like Legion. It's like hive mind.
Oh. It's just
Well, still, there has to be a queen,
Cult
right?
of Chucky, you hack.
Exactly. So
everything after this movie, you hack. Yeah.
So the old lady maid falls down the stairs because the doll scares her.
She's like,
makes a face at her.
She's back.
Like,
My first instinct would be to kick it first and see if that doesn't work. Then maybe have a heart attack or fall down the stairs.
I always love this part in like puppet horror movies where it's like, just fucking kick it. Pick it up and swing it across the room.
I was going to say, Tim, you've stumbled into the biggest trope of doll horror movies. Just kick the
I will
thing.
say this, though. If it's not in the blood bank, it should be. Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. And that little devil doll thing, I think that's the one out of all these movies that handles it the best with why you can't get a fucking handle on that goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Good old Karen Black.
Yeah.
Should have put her in this movie instead of Rip Torn. That would have been a good role for her.
That would have been fun.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so she got stabbed in the shoulder. She fell down the stairs. Doll isn't done with her. I guess they just have like a wading pond in the basement. What the fuck is this?
I'm not sure. It's like a drain pool, maybe?
It's like the acid pool in Death Wish. It's just there.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. I don't live in a house. I've never had a basement. I mean, I've lived in an apartment building that had a basement, and none of them have had just like a vat of water just hanging around.
Oh, you know what it is, Tim? I think it's the mosquito hatchery they're running in the basement.
Oh, it's disrupting their operation.
What do you do for that? I raise mosquitoes. You know how you keep all your neighbors away from you? Telling you to raise mosquitoes.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
I
don't even know.
What kind of asshole would do that on purpose?
I milk mosquitoes.
Yeah. I keep pet mosquitoes, motherfucker.
I eat enough garlic, they don't bother me. But I don't know about you.
Yeah, you just get a bunch of those shitty, like, $8 wading pools for kids and just put them in your backyard.
Yeah.
Fill them up with
Couple
water.
of tires, throw some water in it.
Oh, yeah, the tire with water. Tim, that's the ultimate breeding ground for a mosquito. Tire with water.
You know what? Thank God for evolution, right?
Yeah. Really, thank God for evolution.
How they've adapted. The best thing in the world for them is a fucking tire.
Yeah, man, it's perfect for them, man. So then she falls into the water, and then Dolly just like grabs the fun house or the horror movie light, as I like to call it.
Oh yeah, just that one naked bulb.
The dangling bulb from like a string. She rips that off. Dolly rips that shit off of the ceiling and chucks it in with her. And then like does her cool little Dolly hover glide runaway.
I do
while
like
this lady It is pretty cool. While the lady just gets electrocuted, and the little girl just sits out back like.
Remember when this was a gigantic trope in movies? Was people being electrocuted in the bathtub with like a radio or a hairdryer or just whatever?
Wait, that doesn't work?
Well, it's a works. It's just a trope.
Yeah, it's
actually, you know what?
It's not a trope anymore, though.
It might not, depending upon the amperage of the breakers.
Yeah. Like most appliances now won't do that.
Yeah.
Yo, so how many fucking husbands and wives just got like fucking, oh fuck.
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
Plan
I'm
B.
taking this bath and all of a sudden my wife throws in a fucking hairdryer and like it frizzes out 1, 2, 3 because of the circuit breaker. I was like, oh, what?
So that's when you got to play it off like you were filming a prank video for TikTok.
It was funny, babe.
I got you.
You didn't start filming until just now.
Yeah. It's a
film the evidence that you execute.
I'm filming a reaction video. I'm not filming what I did, just how you react to it. Then people have to guess, I guess. I don't know. So, okay. Then, the little girl just sits out back and watches the doll run into the dollhouse. Like, fine. Okay, I guess the girl's fine with the living fucking evil doll.
Yeah.
I guess that's where we're at in the movie now.
Yeah.
Great. So then, after all this shit, after she kills her with the dangle light, Mom and Dad get home, right? Drag her ass back into the house. Like, get the fuck in. What are you doing, stupid? Or Dad does, right? And bring your dumb doll. Get in. Mom heads up to look for the kids. Dad's like, all right, I'm going to go check the basement because the lights are out. The fuse box must be blown. Finds the dead maid.
But there's water everywhere, right? At this point, isn't there water? Like, he's like ankle deep in water. And I'm like, you don't fuck around with anything with electricity when you're fucking ankle deep in water,
and
right?
again, okay, so then the police come and take the body out, right? The cops are like, well, it just looks like she fell into a puddle of water and got electrocuted. Never mind that she was stabbed in the shoulder.
That's true. That's a good
that's
point.
right.
Yeah. That's okay. We're
Well,
fine.
you know, come on. It's Mexico. It's 91.
Who isn't stabbed?
Something like a carton of Marlboros. Nobody's fucking complaining about a dead
If you
maid.
get stabbed on the way home, it's like stubbing your toe. You just shrug it off and you keep walking.
Yeah, it's like New York in the 80s, right? Look, he gets...
Yeah, you're not going to file a police report.
No, you
Take that shit out. It's not on a fucking main artery.
You go out to get a slice of pizza, you might get stabbed. It happens, right?
Doesn't mean it has to ruin your night.
That's true. Unless the pizza...
Unless you're going to Domino's.
Yeah, unless the pizza sucks. Yeah. Not like we went to the same place, too. This was not worth getting stabbed over.
Yeah, that's what they said at Caesar.
Caesar, yeah. The famous
Not worth getting
pizza
stabbed
chain,
over, yeah.
Caesar.
Little Caesars, whatever the fuck.
Little
it is,
Caesars, yeah.
Pizza.
It's the Et tu Brute special.
That's how I got it, yes.
I know what you were going for. But...
Yes.
Oh, man. So, yeah, then the cops show up. They wrap the rape blanket around the little girl and ask if she's okay. And she just has the cool PTSD veteran stare. Is that funny, Candice?
Candice is going crazy on that rape blanket thing, yeah. That's it looks so cool, but you really never want it, right?
That got you in a
Candice,
that got you in a special place. You like the idea of the rape blanket, Candice? Is that it? Or is it the PTSD veteran stare that did it for you? So anyhow,
look at that. She's speechless. She has muted herself because we can't even hear her laughing right now.
We cut to another beautiful day out back, and Mom's reading a crossword book. Which seems weird to me. Usually you have a pencil when you do those, right? She's like reading.
Yeah. She's getting it ready. She's giving herself a head start.
She's studying, yeah. They're gonna have a race later tonight, her and her husband.
Yeah.
God. Oh man. And just like
I feel like Candice does this, so like the New York Times password.
I hate crossword puzzles. I've never liked playing those.
Yeah.
I remember like doing the TV Guide crossword puzzles because it was like stuff I knew.
Do you prefer the word searches, Candice?
I do prefer word searches. If I had to do one of those, it would be word searches.
No, I can't do that shit because my eyes just keep going like darting all over the goddamn place. I can't focus in on
super systematic with it.
Tim, you may have ADD, buddy.
You think?
My wife.
He's been self-medicating for years, Eddie.
So get this one. I never in my life thought maybe I have ADD. Never.
Uh-huh.
And so my wife's like, so how's Starfield? And I go, you know what? It's funny you ask that because I was playing it and I flew to this city. And this city is fucking massive. And there's so many people everywhere. And I'm like, I just got paralyzed. Where I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? I want to go check everything out. Oh, my God. And my wife just said...
You're talking about New Atlantis or Neon?
Whatever the first city is you show up in.
New Atlantis,
yeah.
So my wife just stops me and says, yeah, I think you've got ADHD. And I'm like, what? So I go online and I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck are the indicators of it? And I'm just like, I'm reading them off to my wife, and she's like, yeah, that's you. I'm like, shit.
Oh.
Well,
Plus, it doesn't help that every time you walk past a motherfucker in New Atlantis or any city, all of a sudden you got like a new mission handed to you.
Exactly. It's too much.
I'm speed running. I'm trying to run all my fucking breath out so I can build my fitness up.
And my ass is always trying to do everything because there's nothing I hate more than an RPG where you just miss content and you can't go back and do it.
Yeah, but also, isn't it fucked up when you do a mission and you get like 50 experience points? Like, oh, fuck
That's
you.
fucking Zelda.
Goddamn
you do all this shit and you get fucking 20 rupees. Like, oh, good, thanks.
Go find your own fucking husband lost in the fucking star system.
Took a fucking half an hour for me to put this stupid thing together, and I got 20 rupees.
No,
Great.
the resolution is the
reward. It took me like an hour and a half to fucking design my spaceship.
This shit is like...
So is that ADD or ADD, whatever the fuck it is, or OCD?
You know what? I'm 40 fucking 2. I don't care anymore. At this point, it's all baked
in.
in.
At this point, you're functioning, so, you know.
Yeah, at this point, it's baked into my personality. I'm not going to get any better. I'm just going to get more stubborn and less patient. That's where my life is going.
That sounds delightful.
The track I'm on.
You'll get there, Candice.
Oh, I've reached the point where I'm completely comfortable in my own skin, and I truly, truly do not give a fuck what anybody thinks. I finally reached it.
Isn't it fucked up that your skin has to your skin has to sag before you're like comfortable in it?
Yeah. Wow, Tim, that's very pithy. You should knit that on something. Cross-stitch it. Your skin has to sag.
I wasn't comfortable with my skin until it sagged.
Yeah, your skin has to sag before you get comfortable in it, Tim Yobo. No, that's pretty good. I like it, Tim. I like it. I'm fucking with you, but I'm not fucking with you.
A new T-shirt at the bloodybits.com.
At the store, yeah. Oh, man. So, fucking shit. We go back to the goddamn Rip Torn. Remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Before this, mom, PTSD, stare, yada, yada, with the crossword book. This is when we learned the little girl cut her hair like the dollies, but I just wrote, it does not look like the dollies.
Well, no. It's curly, for one thing. But
well, they are making this little girl look more fucked up every time.
Yeah, she's like paler and paler.
But her hair's shorter than the dollies. You don't cut your hair to make it look like longer.
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. Plus, like, what my daughter
it's a doll, not
cut
a Play-Doh
her own hair,
set.
I would be freaking the fuck out. And this mom's just like, oh dear, that's just no good. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hold on, Candice. I mean, I didn't give myself a haircut, but I cut my hair when I was a kid because I was stupid. I think everybody
there's always
does that
at some point where a kid will like cut off a little piece, but if they literally cut like their entire head, like
she cut and styled her hair.
Yeah, that's a little psychotic.
Yeah, that's a little much. And then said the dolly told me to do it to look like her or whatever.
Just blame it on the housekeeper.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Mommy.
That's why you should fire her ass. Yeah, her gods don't believe in my doll spirit, and she cut my hair.
And not only that, but she drank all of your wine and shit my pants before she left. This mortal coil. No, so then she tells her mom, you know what, Mom? Why don't you go fuck right off? How about that? You leave. Get the hell out of here. Me and Dolly are happy.
Yeah.
And then she looks at Dolly. And then Dolly's like, oh, shit, you got to cover for this bitch. And she's like, oh, don't worry, Mommy. I just love being with Dolly because I don't have friends or a life.
Yeah, and this mom is just not freaking out about it.
No, that's fine.
No, because she's going through a crisis because she's dressing up like Marilyn Monroe, trying to get her fucking bottom of a husband to recognize her.
No, her husband would rather hang out at the doll factory at night instead of fuck her.
Do you think the husband is fucking those other Dolly Dearests?
Oh, Candice, I have written down at some point, I don't, because I'm not even looking at my notes right now. It's like, it looks like a real doll, but it's not a real doll.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yet another Tim Yobo fucking slogan. Looks like a real doll, but it ain't a real doll.
I think that involves with the Night Watchman at some point, right?
Yeah, because Lewis tries to fuck it.
Yeah, he's trying to naked the fucking doll. What a power move, you naked fucking devil doll. Yeah. You ain't nothing. You're not Pazuzu. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No, but before then, Rip Torn shows up. And he finds out that the little fucking son has been sneaking around the dig site. And he's all like, hey, I've been studying it. This precocious little fucking Candice of an individual.
Little Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you were a professor, so I started studying everything because I wanted to be your assistant.
No, hold on. This is even better because the books are in the fucking kid's house.
Yeah, no, that's
the
true.
house that they rented. The books are in the fucking house about the Mayans, about the fucking Stasi, whatever the fuck they're talking about on this goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. The books are right. He doesn't even have to go to a library.
You want to talk about some A-star rating ass kissing of a professor? I quoted my professor in one of my papers for his class. Yeah.
And you know what? I bet you were the first one to do that too. And he's like, hey, wow, that's refreshing.
He was the
and
least
surprising.
popular professor because he was like really uptight and Catholic, but he loved me.
Oh, Professor Peterson, huh?
Do you sound like Kermit the Frog?
You might have.
By the way,
I don't really remember.
There are a couple of lines the little boy in this movie delivers that sounds like they're putting his voice through some weird modification.
The ADR in this thing, the Foley work is incredible because there's a couple of parts where somebody's walking on stone steps and it sounds like they're walking with fucking Dutch wooden shoes on a fucking wooden floor.
Yeah.
Well, do you think the boy
the
hit
Foley
puberty?
work is fantastic.
Like during filming?
Maybe, yeah. That could be, yeah. And then, but I mean, I know they do put the effect on the little girl's voice.
That's not her voice.
When she's
really?
possessed.
I have written down. Come on, you fucking bottom. Figure the fucking shit out.
Sanzia, that's what they're called.
Sanzia.
The Mayan Satanists are called Sanzia because they worship Satan.
That sounds like an MLM product. Sanzia.
Sanzia? Yeah. It does. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the flavored sparkling water that Amway would sell.
Yep.
Ooh, that's still a
it's
thing,
for,
right?
It's to promote gut health. Sanzia.
Fuck.
Yeah, like they put a little vinegar in it and then they say it's got like microbes in it or something. Something stupid people will fall for.
How have all those other MLMs get busted, but fucking Amway is still standing?
I'm pretty sure they're still standing.
Yeah, they're still standing. I was literally watching a documentary today about MLMs and the cult-like behavior of them. And
because you're a woman, Candice, and the two things that women love to watch the most about is true crime and MLMs.
I love that shit. And Amway was like front and center the entire time, and yeah, they're still running.
I remember my Uncle Richie and his girlfriend were fucking selling that shit for a long goddamn time.
You should see the way they skirt the law. They just tiptoe along how it's set up so it's not a pyramid scheme.
My kind of company. I like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, can I get a job for Amway? Like figuring out how like people can fuck around with shit. Like, that's scam. Don't run for that shit. Or word it this way so the government can't bust you.
Mm.
They have their own lobbyists, which is so frightening.
So my mother-in-law used to sell
Amway.
A while before I met my wife.
And that's how you got your wife.
You recruited her.
Yeah, Tim, that's how I got my wife. No, so she quit selling it before I met my wife. But I guess one of the things Amway used to sell was Shin Ramen, the one that's like kimchi flavored with the red peppers in it. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah. No,
wait, when?
Dude, this was like, maybe 17 years ago, 18 years ago.
No, yeah, well, see, I'm my Uncle Richie. I'm thinking like she's and my Aunt Cassie. Even though they never got married, she's still my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 30, maybe almost 40 years ago. That fucking Amway.
So that got my wife hooked on the Shin Ramen, the good spicy red
ramen
packets and shit. Yeah, the fucking best, man. And so, I mean, there's one positive from it, I guess.
So she got a husband, but it's okay because he likes what kind of ramen she likes.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a thing I had to give them a cow and I got her and like a bunch of fucking drink mixes or something. Yeah. So, the kid wants to be Rip's fucking assistant. He's like, I need to make a phone call, kid. He's like, my dad's got a phone in the factory. Let's go there. Like, all right, fine. And then this is Rip going off about like, oh, those mines, the ruins aren't Mayan. They're from the Satanist people that worship the
Nobody
devil.
knows who they are. Yeah.
The Sanzia. The kid's like, that's cool. Didn't you want to use my dad's phone, weirdo? Let's go over there now. So, whatever. He makes his phone call. Nothing happens. That night, though, Dad leaves the factory, leaves Louise to lock up. And Louise is the shit. I fucking love this guy.
I have written down, this guy's a fucking fire hazard.
Oh, my God. Dude, he's just got like an open fucking butane torch pointed up like at the bottom of a pan that he's...
And the bottom guy sees it, too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Look, if your boss is a bottom, you're not paying attention. You're cooking right there, right in the fucking... I don't care where the fuck you
sex doll right in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to cuck this motherfucker.
Plus, your wife is dressing up like Marilyn Monroe walking around? Come on.
Yeah, she's begging
He needs a
for
lawn
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Luis is like, hey, I'm making some burritos. You want one? He's like, no, I got to go home and not eat good food or whatever and not fuck my wife.
Yeah, my wife has made some white rice.
Yeah, my wife boiled white bread, white rice, and mayonnaise together. We call that Thanksgiving in America.
Oh, you want to hear something gross? You want to hear
Sure.
something that my in-laws always bring to like picnics and barbecues and stuff? It's this noodle salad, and it's just raw, like just plain noodles and chunks of cheese, just chunks of like cheddar and Colby and Jack and everything, and then all of it is smothered in ranch, and that's the salad.
Like chunks, like it's
not melted. It's just chunks of
So-
cheese.
Somebody explained to them what antipasta was once, and they said, "Oh, it's great. It's a pasta dish with mozzarella balls in it, and like artichoke and tomatoes that are all diced up, tossed in a dressing, like an Italian dressing." And they're like, "Well, we don't got mozzarella, and we ain't heard of no damn Italian around
got
here. We only
ranch."
got ranch. We got ranch and Velveeta."
See, all this time I thought I was being anti-pasta when I break my spaghetti.
But
Yeah. No, what they're doing is some sort of a fucking crime.
Yeah, I was horrified.
Oh, so you admit not breaking your spaghetti is not a crime, Eddie? Look at that. What a stand.
It should be, but ranch, cheese, and noodles is not. That's not acceptable.
And chunks of cheese.
Yeah, what kind of cheese? I'm curious.
Yeah, it's like a cheddar.
You know, it's one of those things where like you see people on fucking TikTok doing all this crazy shit. Like nobody's eating that shit. You're just doing that shit to fucking get views.
No, this is
right?
hey, this is a real food, and it's very common here.
Oh God!
Everybody brings this to any sort of gathering.
Is it one of those things like nobody?
No, everybody eats it. It's
everybody
popular.
Ugh.
And on a sick, twisted level, I kind of like it. Because it's just so decadent.
Wow, that's what decadence means.
I was going to say, I've got...
Because if you think of the caloric content of that, how much fat is in it, and you're eating all of that.
With all the fucking Twilight books that you've read.
Yeah.
And all that fan fiction, all those zombie books and vampire books and vampire series, that's the decadence in your mind.
Yeah, I don't know if decadent is the word I'd go with. Excessive. Excessive, I could see.
But like twisted.
Corrosive to your arteries. Yeah.
Blasphemous is another term.
Gluttonous. That would be it. It's gluttonous.
Gluttonous. Gluttonous is a good word for it. Translucent trash. Not even white. We've gone translucent in the trash.
Yeah, translucent. Once you fucking shit in the bowl after that, that's just translucent.
I mean, that's bad, but I've heard of worse.
Yep.
You got to watch this bitch make macaroni salad that uses sweetened condensed milk and mayo. Or not mayo, Miracle Whip.
Ew, good God.
And what I think.
See, that's what I mean. People just doing that shit.
No, Tim.
All right.
Tim.
Nobody. Look, 2 girls and 1 cup will never be top, but people are still trying.
Tim, you ever seen My 600-Pound Life?
A few episodes. I remember seeing one episode where somebody tried to get into a taxi cab and it didn't work out.
Yeah, this woman could be my 600-pound chef. So she's eating this, Tim. This is not for pretend.
That's true. You don't want a skinny chef, right?
That's yeah, I suppose. You got to have somebody who enjoys the wares, so So, yeah, Dad rejects the burrito, and Louise is like, "All right, man, I guess more for me and the pretty little lady over here."
Gringo.
And he turns around. He's like, "Say there, you're kind of ugly. You got a shiny nose and a big head, but I guess
But you look like you'd be easy to fuck.
But all women have a big head." And
Negging a doll. Look at that shit.
I was like, does he mean...
And he's peacocking with that fucking burrito.
Mm-hmm. Is he saying all women have a big head as in they're egotistical? Is this like
That's what I thought he was going for.
Or something?
That's what I thought he was going for there.
No, come on, that doll's got a long fucking forehead.
The doll does have a long forehead. That's fair. So he gets up to go, I don't know, touch his dick or something, and the doll turns and looks at him.
Yeah, but she rolls her eyes first.
Yeah.
I've heard that a million times.
Well, because they hear footsteps, and he's like, tells the doll, "Wait here," and then the doll rolls around.
It's like that's good. Accurate.
Yeah. So we get a spring-loaded cat scare.
Oh yeah.
Put that on your bingo card.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I just have the dolls do like a Muppet freak out on him, where they kind of and wave around and move their mouth and their eye.
Yeah. I understand how this can work on some religious fucking housekeeper lady, right? Mm-hmm. But how does this work on anybody else? For real. If this happened to you, all that spooky shit, what if I got a weird fucking vibe, all this crazy shit's happening, and that's what fucking happens, you're just not like, what?
Yeah. You remember Zeke in, excuse me, in the Faculty?
Oh, the Zed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Remember when he broke the paper slicer blade off and then went to attack Jon Stewart with it immediately?
Uh-huh.
I would have done that with the burrito torch.
Oh yeah,
just
burn it.
Grab the burrito torch and just start torching those fucking dolls.
And eat the burrito while you're torching the dolls.
Yeah, throw some sterno on them.
Yeah, you're eating the burrito in one hand, torching the dolls in the other hand. And you knock into the table to knock the hot sauce over so you can dump it on your burrito and take another bite.
Yeah, what happens if one of those dolls gets destroyed? Does the other ones become a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker?
That's a very good question, Tim. No clue. They never address it. Because they shoot one doll, the boy does with a shotgun, and it doesn't seem to...
Oh, yo, this is such a fucking 90s thing with what he says, too, right? This is,
I love it.
Chef's kiss.
Well, we're almost there. So then the new sewing machine got delivered.
Oh, yeah.
So the doll scares this guy into the sewing machine, and he gets fucking just sewn up the side of between the thumb and the index finger, that meaty chunk that'd be the worst thing in the world, just ripped apart. And then he has a heart attack and dies.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also rips his shirt open, so he's having a heart attack.
Yeah, that was a little anticlimactic in the death.
Yeah, that's okay. Because no problem. But now I just have the little boy sneaks out of the house to go back down to the mines again, and he gets chased through the cemetery by Chopper from Stand By Me.
Why is he in a cemetery, and why does that cemetery have a guard dog?
And I'm glad his mother's not there. Because of the pet cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not next to a highway.
Yeah, where is this cemetery, by the way? We only visited this one fucking time.
Yeah, you've never seen it before.
That's a good point. Never seen it before, never reference it again. Whatever. So Rip is down looking at in the mine, looking at the runes, and he's like, "Oh, this is the devil child, and it's detailing the origin of evil on Earth. This is a crypt where the Sanzia entombed the devil child."
It's like a baby with the head of a goat, was how they described it.
Yeah. So it's like not a satyr, but kinda.
Reverse satyr.
Reverse satyr. Whatever that is backward. That's what it is. So then the boy sneaks in a factory window, and as he's doing so, he breaks the sink off of the wall. And this begins the boy's Mr. Magoo segment of the movie. He breaks the sink off the wall and starts leaking. He's like, fuck. runs over to try to shut off the water main. And as he slips on the water main, he's like, ugh. And right as that happens, a doll swings this giant fucking pulley on a rope down and misses him because he slipped.
Yeah, it was very almost slapstick.
It was very Mr. Magoo. So then he stands up from that and he notices...
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, though, with the doll's Rube Goldberg.
Yeah. So he stands up. He's like, oh, there's water on the ground. I guess I better go get a towel. Knocks over all the boxes on the way to get the towel.
That are empty, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are empty boxes. You don't deliver boxes already put together with them.
Yeah. Very good point, Tim.
This is why this company's fucking losing money left and right.
So, yeah, I just have fuck this kid. He finds the meat burning, though, and he turns the fire off on that, so that's good. Then he just finds the keys. He's like, huh.
You know what's great about building a factory in Mexico? You don't need any smoke alarms.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not warm and dry where they're at, so it's probably safe. Oh, wait. No, it's the opposite. So then Rip comes out of the cave because he hears some shit going down. And we get, like, stealth action mode Rip Torn, where he turns his lights out and he whips out a fucking pistol. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like...
Really?
Yeah, this is where I said...
He brought that to the set himself. That was improvised.
His professor's name is Karl Resnick. I was like, sounds German to me. Do you think he was looking for this evil child because he thought it was going to be like a little Hitler baby?
Ooh, maybe. Or maybe it's he's one of the last remaining Nazis that's still looking for the weird thunderstones or some shit.
Yep.
I think they already tried the boys from Brazil.
Yeah.
So they're moving up.
They're trying to just I don't know, fetuses from Mexico.
Yeah, something. Look, it's 1991. We're desperate. Okay? There's only 6 Nazis left alive. A lot of them died of old age, too, that we're still hanging on.
Father Time is our greatest enemy.
Yep. So we're gonna need a goat head baby. That's the answer. No. So he whips out his fucking pistol that he brought to set to him. And finds just some bitch dumping gas on the dig site.
I have written down Pyro Nun because I was convinced that this was supposed to be the sister of the housekeeper.
Tim, exactly. That's exactly the note I had here. I'm like, well, it looks like the sister's back for revenge.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even make that
hell.
connection. I thought she was just some random chick.
Yeah, well, Candice, spoiler alert, it turns out you're right. She's just some random chick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was convinced until I saw the real note. I was like, wait, is that her? And I was like, wait, the fuck?
Tim, I think you and I are writing a better movie, if I'm being honest with you. Because that would have at least made some sense and connected the story a little bit. But no, just some random chick. She's like, listen, ever since you opened this tomb, people have been dying. I'm like, okay, for one... just the lady that they know about died, and she fell in a puddle.
How does she know? Yeah.
She doesn't even know about Louise that's dead. And for 2, they do call the cops, and guess what? They say he had a heart attack, and that's it.
Yeah, case closed. There was no killer doll
Meanwhile,
here.
He got slashed up by fucking broken glass, and he's drooling blood. Now, I've never had a heart attack. But I'm pretty sure you don't drool blood unless the heart really fucking attacks and ends up in your stomach.
Just trying to crawl up your throat.
You never heard my heart jumped into my throat?
Yeah. That's a good point, Tim. That heart attacked him so hard that it screwed up the respiratory and vascular system. So that's a hell of a heart, man.
It wants what it wants.
Anyhow, we go back to the fucking idiot boy. He's stumbling through the factory. And there's just a doll head on a post that sticks its tongue out and is like...
Yeah, what's the point of that? You're wasting your fucking demonic energy.
I was wondering where I could get one of those dolls.
My other question is, what is the end game of possession for a demon?
To materialize and cause havoc.
Yeah, the possession is not only to destroy the person you're possessing, but to destroy the lives of everyone around you, too.
Yeah, and just to become corporeal so that you can do things again.
So, small-scale shit.
Yeah, not like...
Like at most, maybe affecting 20 or 30 people?
Usually not world domination. I guess world domination.
Yeah, it's usually just to cause misery wherever you are. Just be a real asshole.
It's kind of like the reason we have Candice on the show. Just to, cause misery. No. I did like the wanting the licking doll, though, Candice. We'll have to get you one of those. I'll have to figure out how to prototype
pretty
that
good joke,
out.
thank you.
Yeah.
It looks like a real doll, Candice, but it's not a real doll.
Yeah, because it will kill you. But I guess if it's just a head, it's going to have a hard time doing that.
And just like rip the teeth out.
The teeth out,
exactly.
with some pliers.
Oh, shit.
That's not good.
Candice.
Candice, I think you and I are remaking that movie Dead Girl here with dolls. With Doll Girl. Ugh. By the way, don't watch that movie. It's not good. So he stumbles outside, sees fucking Louise, and runs out and finds Rip Torn, right? Or Louise, the dead guy. He stumbles out, sees the fucking dead Louise laying there. So then he runs out, finds his dad and Rip Torn. He's like, call the cops. And they rule it a heart attack. Good. So now mom goes to check on Jessica, and because she's back at the house, because she's in bed with the fucking doll.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, sweetie, you're not sleeping with this fucking doll that we found in an abandoned factory in Mexico.
That you've made yourself look like her.
Yeah, that probably has rats living in it.
Probably should have done this a long time ago.
Probably should have just never brought it home. Probably should have burned them all and then started over at the factory where you want to make dolls. But you don't want to make dolls. You want to find dolls and then sell the dolls. What happens when you run out? Do you know how to make those dolls anymore?
There's only like 5 dolls, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 10 dolls.
Well, no, because at one point you see there's like at least 6 or 7 different tables where because it says that they're lovingly handmade. And I'm like, how much are you charging for these fucking dolls? And I bet you, not to be fucked up or racist, but people are buying the American Girl doll.
Yeah.
Whatever the name of that company is.
It's true. Well, they hadn't figured out just shipping out manufacturing to China yet.
Oh, that's the game changer.
That's right, yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah. Before China, it was made in Mexico.
Because you see, if they start making dolls in China and one of them ends up possessed, they'll just fucking throw it off into the sea. Like, we got enough girls hanging out around here. Just stomp their head in or something.
It costs more to make a female doll.
It does. That's why they
give you tax rates for all the Chuckies. Yeah, that's how Chucky took over.
Yeah, you get a ton of Chuckies, but they limit you to one girl doll per household. Is what they do over there. So, yeah, fucking. Oh my god. Then they decide, like, okay, we're gonna go to the convent and talk to the nun, right? We got to figure out what the hell's going on here, because the little girl's demon voicing at the mom when she tries to take the doll away.
Yeah, she hit puberty. Her voice dropped.
Dude, it's pretty fun. Just hanging out, and then she's all like, "All right, sweetie, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna take the dolly from you real quick, and we're gonna go, and you can go to bed." And the little girl's like, "Why don't you fuck off, you cunt?" And I'm like,
wow, look at that. It loaded up.
The little girl went crazy. He also called her a cunt. That's not nice. So she's like, all right, chill. Just chill with the doll, I guess. You're fine. You're fine. I'm going to go away. I'm going to leave this movie is what I would do. Leave. No, can't. Got to stay by your child, I guess.
Got to be the virtuous one.
So I go to the convent. We go to the convent, right? And the sister nun is kind of on that Ted Kaczynski Unabomber shit. Because she's all like, you people come down here with your machines and your technology and your industrial revolution. And you fucking ruin everything, don't you?
You and your fucking cotton gin.
Yeah. And then the mom's like, look, bitch, I'm not going to lose my kid to some fucking dude with a goat head. Now, you need to tell me what the fuck to do here, okay?
Yeah, and this is great, because this is like Starfield when you use to persuade and you hit the 5 points right off the bat. Because it changes the whole fucking story right along.
This is literally D&D you guys are playing. Literally.
Yeah, but it's a video
use
game.
a persuasion. You use a persuasion check, so you roll the dice and you made the number, so you did it.
I had that maxed out, so I got 50% extra a chance every time I use it.
Cool. So... So she's like, all right, can you tell me how the spirit works? And she's like, no, I can't tell you anything. We didn't write this movie very well, if I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing I can tell you is that the devil can do anything, be one or be many.
So you're fucked.
Yeah. So, and that the Sanzia death child wants children specifically. And I'm like, wow, they have that in common with Michael Jackson.
See, I have written down Hillary Clinton. For both of our audiences.
Yep, that's true for both.
We got a little bit of something for everybody.
Column A, a little column Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria. A little of both. So she's like, all right, well, shit, I don't know what the fuck to do. I guess this doesn't help me. And I just wrote, okay, so the answer literally is burn the dolls, like I said at the beginning of this fucking movie.
But then you just release the spirits.
That's... Tim, that's the note I have at the
end. You need to get a fire truck. You need to get a fire truck, get a priest to fucking bless that goddamn fire truck and just drown them in fucking holy water, right? That's it.
Oh, have we ever had like a demonic wet t-shirt thing with holy water happen?
Oh, it's like a gag in a movie.
That's how you find the bad girl.
Like maybe it was done in one of the scary movies. Seems like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I could...
Oh, we said nipples, horns show up. Yeah, that's a scary movie thing. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. So she's like, all right, I guess I got to go just fucking burn these dolls or some shit, whatever, and leaves. The nun literally provided her nothing useful. Just that the dolls are evil and they want children because they're a demon.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then the mom doesn't even do shit.
No, she just goes home.
She goes home. And talks to the boy. The boy's like, look, man, that fucking doll talked. Okay?
Yeah, because he's hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
Then we get a jump scare in this one, right? When he reaches out and grabs her.
Yeah, he tells the mom, look, the fucking doll talked. Okay, it's in there with Jessica. You gotta, my little sister, you gotta check out what the hell's going on here. So, yeah, this is when, she heads in the room.
I like this part with the boy in the closet because, he jump scares her. She screams, and he goes, shh, 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 shh. Like it's really important. And then he starts explaining what's happened at the top of voice volume he could possibly get.
Yeah. Shh. Yeah. Quiet.
And squeaking, so it's extra high, yeah.
You keep getting loud like that, people will think you're crazy, Mom. You don't want people to think you're crazy. So just be quiet. Close your eyes. Okay. Stay still. I'm going to tell you what's happening. Okay. So it's like, she's in there with the fucking doll. And that doll's ugly as shit now. And you need to go in there, Mom. I'm a kid. And she's like, all right. And goes in there. This doll is fucking hideous.
And the girl's not looking great
I don't know
either.
What? No. She's catatonic.
She looks like she's strung out.
Yeah.
She does. Holy shit, yeah.
She looks like a little portrait of a teenage alcoholic-y. Here, she's not looking great, So the mom's like, what the fuck? She's like, sweetie, let's get away from the doll. And the doll starts talking to her. She's like, she's in here with me, bitch. And I'm like, whoa, god damn, doll. The fuck? So she's like, yeah. She's like, look, she's going to be fucking in here with me forever. And then she's like, oh, Mommy, hug me. And she's like, all right, I probably should have left half an hour ago. But I guess I stuck around for this, so in for a penny, in for a pound, right? So the mom heads downstairs, grabs the daughter, heads downstairs, tells the boy, all right, we got to go warn Dad, and then picks up a fucking shotgun off the wall.
And I was so hoping she was going to accidentally shoot one of her kids.
She almost does.
Yeah, I thought it'd be so funny.
Take one of the pistols with you too, right?
Yeah, sidearm.
Why not? Why? Yeah,
exactly.
Because I've never seen this because this is obviously way before gun culture completely taken over America.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has a shotgun on the wall with two handguns over it, right?
I mean, if you're classy or you do, it's like an accent.
I could see that in like Red Dead Redemption.
No, if you're classy, they're like fucking like Billy the Kid handgun, something like that. Not fucking
yeah.
Like a 45.
Some old 1911s or something. Some real nice revolver. Yeah. You get a couple of those, and then you got the machine gun underneath it all, just to tie it all together. No, so she grabs the shotgun. She's stalking around the house. Goddamn near blows fucking Jessica's head off. The little girl pops up. She whips around, shotgun right to this little girl's fucking face. And she's like, oh, shit, never mind. The little girl dives on her. She drops the fucking shotgun. They're fighting, right? And the son runs over, grabs the shotgun, fires one warning shot up into the air. Blam! And then he's like, whoa, this rules.
Yeah.
And I'm
he
like,
finds his purpose.
That's yeah. Oh, God, does he? Yeah, he's just.
This is the second best thing that happened. My arm jerked back.
Right after this movie, they move, and she's like, "What about Columbine, Colorado? That sounds like a nice place we could all move to, and you could get a job working
he's like
for Boeing,
oiling the
honey."
gun behind him, and he's like, "That sounds wonderful, mother."
And he just picks up a KMFDM record for the first time. He's like, That's right. He was into KMFDM, the two killers, not Marilyn Manson. So don't believe everything you read. Also, don't blame KMFDM.
I remember
fine.
reading a newspaper article like the next year where one of the survivors committed suicide, and they were listening to that like Adams song or whatever from Blink-182 over and over and over again when they committed suicide. But Blink-182 never got flack for that.
Oh, God. When you said the Adams song, I thought you meant the MC Hammer song.
What? No.
Damn.
She said the Adams song.
Yeah. This kid from, what was that, 99 that happened?
That was 98.
98, 99, right? Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go out and get the Adams song, Tim. That's what's hot with kids in pop culture. Yeah. Definitely not Blink-182. No, you're right, though. They didn't catch enough flack. I mean, they sucked. They caught flack for that. But
haven't they just gotten enough flack to begin with? Them
along with Green Day for, like, killing punk for a long time. Yeah. I think that's the flack they deserve. So, the boy shoots off the shotgun into the sky. Blam! He's like, oh, cool. Aims it at the fucking doll. And, of course, because it's the 90s, Candice, what's the boy say?
What? I don't have it on here. What does he say?
All right. Tim, I'll give it to you then, buddy.
Something about, I know, he calls the doll a bitch. Because it's the 90s,
like,
yeah.
Hey, play with this, bitch. Which would be funnier if the doll, like, had a string they pulled and it said, like, play with me. And then he said, play with this, bitch.
If the doll was molesting him.
Yeah. Or if the doll had been molesting him
How
previously,
do you know they were?
That would be a lot.
They were, like, pinning him down, and they'd, like, take turns.
We got to get what's that dork's name that has the different cut of the Avengers or something everybody wants? The whatever cut?
No idea what you're talking about.
The loser.
Of the Avengers?
Yeah, one of those comic book movies everybody was bitching about. Oh, we need to see this other guy's cut of the movie. Then it's good. Suicide Squad.
Oh, the air. Yeah.
We need to see his cut of this movie where the dolls.
No, just see the James Gunn cut.
Where the doll's raping the little boy repeatedly. So yeah, he says play with this bitch and shoots her, so she's fucking dead. Then they all load up in the car. They're like, "Fuck, your dad's back at the factory full of these things. Let's go see how he's holding up." And he's being held up. He's not holding up because this.
Oh, that's where the movie turns into Final Destination, right?
This contraption that the dolls rig up for him. I've been watching that TV show Alone, where they drop a bunch of people off in the woods with like 10 items, and whoever stays there the longest gets $500,000. And so people are like trapping squirrels. Like this lady trapped a squirrel. It was like a little baby squirrel. And she felt bad. And then the mama squirrel ran up and was like chittering at it. Like, come on, let's run away. Let's go. But it couldn't because it was stuck.
Oh, God.
And then she bashed its head in.
Oh, my
and
God.
then ate it. Yeah.
I hope she did the same thing to the mother squirrel, right?
That's what I was saying. I would have went for the fucking mother squirrel because the other one's already trapped.
God,
Yeah, 2 for 1.
Yeah, well, plus that, the mother squirrel can prove she can produce.
That's true. Oh, you trap the mother squirrel?
Yeah.
And you just whore her out and eat the offspring?
Yeah.
Damn.
that actually reminds me.
Watch those squirrels get that nut.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Candice? A squirrel on a string. Go ahead.
Yep. They tied down a squirrel and all the boys used to fuck it.
I was doing the study group in college, and we were sitting outside because it was a nice day, and all of a sudden we hear this plop right next to us, and it's this baby squirrel. And we're like stunned. We're like, what are we going to do? We're not supposed to like pick it up, right? And then this hawk jumps down and swoops and grabs it. And it, like right in front of us, starts ripping off its face with his beak. And it's screaming, and we're trying to study. so brutal.
Turns out you could have touched it a little bit. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to try with some sound effects to recreate it for you, okay?
Oh, great.
So this bird fell out of a tree. Or squirrel.
Squirrel fell out of the tree,
Yep. And then a hawk came down, went over to its head, and...
Yes, and it was screaming as its face meat was being stripped off.
And then Candice snuck over... and licked it.
Ew.
I don't know how to end it.
What's that, for the fucking Flintstones?
It's his Hanna-Barbera soundboard.
I've got some good ones. Let's see. Let's try this one. Yeah, I think that's Hanna-Barbera. I think you're right. Oh, wait, here's a fight sound. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Tom and Jerry going.
That's a classic. Yeah. That's a classic sound effect right there. All right. So they drive down there to see what's up with Dad. Dad, they've tied a little trap out of a rope that's hooked up to the doll machine that crushes dolls and grinds them up to make its bread.
It does something, yeah. What the fuck is this doing in a doll factory?
That's an excellent question that I do not have an answer for.
Maybe they take all of the like scrap rubber that they use and grind it up and then melt it down. I don't know. I'm giving this movie too much credit.
You would melt it. You wouldn't grind it.
Yeah, I'm giving this movie too much credit. And again, I'm just thinking of the opening to Child's Play 3 with the molten rubber and they're reforming the Chucky doll. Yeah. So he gets fucking snared by this and then pulled up and he's hanging upside down by this rope. It's the most like fucking Batman, the TV series, rigged up contraption ever.
Dude, you can't fucking bend over and fucking grab yourself and pull yourself up at least a little bit. Come on.
Big bottoms.
I mean, he's bottom heavy.
He's got the bend over part down, Tim, but not the untying stuff. Not.
He never learned that.
Unless he...
His parents never taught him how to undo knots.
Yeah, so he's stuck. Plus, if he does, he's just going to fall in the machine and get ground up, Tim. You got to swing first.
No, you got to do like a fucking cat. Just put your fucking limbs out. That's it. That thing's not wider than your arms are.
That's a good point. This thing is pretty small. He could have very easily just grabbed it on the way down. So he's hung by it, and then they hit reverse, and then the reverse starts unwinding the rope, but in such a way that it's lowering him because of some weird pulley system that they've developed. I don't know. The dolls are very skilled.
I didn't really understand the geometry of this contraption.
No.
Yeah, because the first part, it looks like it's just picking him up, and it's like they have a crane.
Yeah.
And then they pick him up, they get him a certain height, and they move him over to the vat, and then they're going to drop him into it. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So he gets suspended by that. And this is before he shut off the steam machine that they had in there, by the way, which I don't know what the fuck that was doing there. They just have all sorts of...
It was crucial that he turn off that steam machine.
Yeah, well, they put it in the movie, so I'm just reporting on it. So, yeah, then he's hanging upside down by it, right? And then you'd think, like, okay, the mom we've been following her this whole time, right? So she's going to run in, save the day. She talked to the nun. Now Rip runs in. Rip runs in, saves the fucking day.
She doesn't have a great track record of saving the day in movies like this.
And then they get him out of there, right? They get him loose from there. And then Rip just whips out a cigar that he brought to set and a case of dynamite.
I think he brought the dynamite to set, not the cigar.
So
they're like, wait, my character's going to have a cigar? How can I use it?
For
my dynamite.
Drunk, coked up Rick Torn with a cigar in his mouth above a fucking case of dynamite. I love Rip Torn.
And this this plan doesn't make any sense.
No.
Right? Because wouldn't you start at the back and then work your way to the front?
Because he's like, listen.
Instead of they go in and they're just throwing the dynamite.
He's like, all of these fuses last around a minute. I'm like, okay, we're going to need some more detail than around a minute if I'm going to be running around lighting them off, buddy. But whatever. So they run through the house just lighting up dynamite. The little boy runs up, grabs a stick of dynamite. He's like, I'm going to go blow up the pit. And the mom's like, sure. I don't know. Yeah. I've given up.
I think he has the best idea because that's where the fucking shit's probably coming from, right?
Totally true.
But they didn't account for Dolly Dearest running around and taking out the fuses out of the dynamite.
Throwing water on the fucking dynamite, too. Does that work, by the way? Can you throw water on the fuse once
Not
slit?
That kind of fuse. That'll go underwater, Tim. You have to... physically remove or cut it off, or something. It's not going to go out underwater. And
can you just pull it out with the strength of a doll?
I don't know. It doesn't really show how powerful she is physically.
Let me quantify the strength of the doll for you real quick, Tim.
Yeah, how much PSI is that doll getting when she
the doll's
pinches her
RPG
fingers
stats?
together?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how much PSI is needed to masturbate real quick. Because I think they give the dolls the kung fu grip, if you know what I mean.
That's just called the death of grip.
Yeah, G.I. Joe
right.
kung fu grip.
So, she... Don't quote Sublime.
I was wondering if anyone was going to get that. It's kind of a deep cut.
I just got the kung fu grip part.
I still, just so you know, I still have Limp Bizkit on the soundboard.
We don't need that. I know it's the 90s.
Do we? Do we not need that? No, that's from Ed and Matt on Campus. But
which is not another 90s movie?
I also...
No crossover.
Yeah, there was also no reason for it.
Keep that shit separate.
There's also no reason for it to be on the show, too, but whatever. So, they're running around dropping dynamite, and the dolls are just, putting it out. And then, but ultimately, the ending is that it just works anyway. Because one of the dolls picks up the dynamite too slow and is like, oh, no.
It's pretty good.
That part's pretty good.
And that one stick of dynamite was enough to do the whole job, right? So there was no reason to go running through the fucking factory.
If you have 10 sticks of dynamite bundled together and I light one, the other ones are going up with it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you've played.
Yeah, that's true.
You've played video games, right?
Oh, I've killed many of spaces
those
by
red
blowing
sticks
up
of dynamite.
gasoline
There you
tanks
go.
next to them. Yes.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. So they blow this entire factory up, blow up this ancient Mayan fucking ruin, which now whatever spirits were down there are pissed because they ruined it.
They killed the Mexican alien corpse.
Yeah, that's gone now. Which, again, just, looked, like you said, like the Mexican alien corpse. Fucking so stupid. As soon as he unveiled it, I'm like, hey,
so
look,
cheesy.
that's that fucking... So good. And, that's it. Then we just get credits. There's literally, just the voices of them screaming, and then credits. Yeah, that's it.
Super fast cut. Yeah, that's right. They're like, hey, we have enough movie for 98 minutes.
And done. Rip Torn probably was continuing to blow shit up with dynamite, so they had to cut the cameras for legal purposes.
It's Mexico, baby!
It's all legal here. They're like, it's a sound stage. We're not on location, Rip. What are you doing?
Shit. This is the same movie in the Philippines.
Well, I don't want to know about what Rip did in the Philippines. That does not sound good, buddy. So, that's it. That's Dolly Dearest. Tim, what do you say, bud? Everybody should watch it.
I recommend it. I really like this movie. I thought it was. I think for this type of movie, it was well done. Plus, you got Rip Torn.
Yeah. He really lights the whole fucking movie up for me, buddy. What about you, Candice?
I did like it because the doll parts I really enjoyed. Any parts where the doll was really prominent.
It was creepy when they were showing the dolls
creepy.
running around, right? That's always fucked up.
Yeah. Dolls were creepy. Little girl was creepy. I could do without the boy or the husband.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise, fantastic. It was a fun watch.
Yeah, we'll put this as a win for our blind watch just based on the cover.
I'll give it like
I think so far we're 3 for 3 this month.
I mean it's not up in the same category as the other two, but it was fun.
No,
it was fun.
It's still enjoyable, right?
So
I bet you both of you thought I was going to come in and shit all over this goddamn movie.
I totally was.
I think you've been medicated. I think your wife's been sneaking you some lithium
pills.
or something. Yeah, because this is not a Tim Yobo.
Not the right kind of pills. Come on.
This is not a Tim Yobo that I'm used to. But Tim, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to make this month 4 for 4. We got 1 week left.
So
we have 1 pick left, right?
Have you decided what it's going to be?
I'm between 2, so let's hash this one out on the show. We got Sorority Babes at the Dance-a-thon of Death.
Strong contender.
Right?
Is that like part 3?
That's Fake Part 2. It's directed and written by a different person, but yeah, same vibe. Or we got Future Kick.
Ooh.
Now,
who's in that?
You didn't watch the trailer that I put up, Tim?
No, I saw it. I will.
Okay,
I did
so
not watch the
let me
trailer,
just break this one down.
I think I saw who was in it, and I was like,
let me break this one down for you, Tim, okay? On Earth in the future, Dawn the Dragon Wilson.
That's why I didn't watch the fucking clip, because like, god damn it, I learned it
Tim,
like 89 times. I rented that motherfucker's movies.
He takes on a sinister corporation that trades in black market human body parts.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
He single-handedly manages to restore law and order in a motion picture tour de force guaranteed to thrill science fiction and martial arts fans alike.
Where do I get my money
Tim,
back?
Meg Foster's in it.
Oh, okay.
Chris Penn is in it.
Sold. Wow. Shit. Does he have a cowboy hat on?
He plays a character named Bang.
So possibly.
Looking at him, no. I'm seeing nice hair. I'll say that for sure. I do like that in the trailer for this, they read reviews of Dawn the Dragon's kickboxing, not of the movie.
Very clever.
of his kickboxing.
Okay, that's all you need to know. Yeah?
So yeah, we're between Future Kick and Sorority Babes at the Dance-a-thon of Death. Maybe I'll put a poll up.
As much as I like tits, but I'm thinking the tits are probably worn off by part 3, whatever. Even though it's supposed to be really part 2. So I'm gonna go with Future Kick.
Okay, Candice.
I think Future Kick would be good. I think it's a nice swerve.
Okay. I think so, too. So, yeah, tune in next week, everybody, to listen to Future Kick. But if you want to...
We reserve the right to
We do reserve the
mind.
right to change our mind at any given time, because I don't have ADD. So, Candice... I almost made it. I almost didn't laugh. So, Candice, where can people experience more Candice on the internet?
Oh, boy. There has been a huge wave of Candice over on the internet in this past few weeks, because
a massive discharge of Candice.
The Candice Clap discharge has rocked the nation. Because the Grind Bin Mini, one of those that I'm on, is out now.
Okay.
If you're a Patreon member for the Grind Bin.
Yeah.
And also Everything I Learned from Movies. My Cyborg 2 cover was in there. That came out recently. And
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm just all over the internet right now at HorrorHoochie69.
Fantastic. And Tim, what about you, buddy?
Same thing as Candice. I did a couple of mini bins the other night, and Fern introduced me to Ultraman.
Okay.
Holy fucking shit! All I'm gonna say is, in this episode, for no reason at all, some dude just killed himself by jumping off a building.
Okay.
For no reason, just for fun.
No reason. No. Well, I guess the reason because the thing is, like, sometimes good things fall from the sky and sometimes bad things fall from the sky.
So it's a very literal metaphor.
Very interesting. Oh, just wait till you see it. Yes, I after watching this, I going to watch all of the Ultramans that I can get my hand on, because holy fucking shit, to be high and stoned and to watch that is just
ringing
incredible.
Endorsement from Mr. Tim Yobo. Fantastic.
Yes, thank you, Fern. Yes.
Yep. And if you want to hear more of me, you can always tune in to Ed and Matt on Campus, a weekly discussion of two guys just watching Dead Man on Campus once a week for an entire college year. I'm
gonna binge it. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for all the episodes that I'm gonna just listen to for 12 hours straight.
And you can hear me
go really insane.
You can hear me float the same theory as if it's new a few times, I'm sure, because I'm not really taking great notes, but it is what it is. And if you like the Bloody Bits Horror Show and you want more of it, go to patreon.com/Bloody Bits to get access to our bonus episodes, of which we will be, even though you fuckers are not paying enough for it, producing more very soon. So, yeah, Tim, I dig the idea of let's build up a back catalog for people and get that going. Mm-hmm. So look for a couple of Bloody Bit minis.
Bloody Binnies.
Yeah, exactly. Candice, you floated a couple of good ideas for what we're going to possibly cover. I liked the Deadly Bitches
Women episode
show.
where
Deadly
that
Women,
involves
yeah.
a conspiracy theorist nut.
Love that
it's
idea.
Great.
Oh, is that the one with the host where the chick is like the host is like a chick with like really short hair?
I don't know specifically about her hair,
Tim.
but it's
awesome.
It's really good. I was watching this at like 2 a.m. on like a Friday because I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, this would be really good for a show. So we'll see if my delirious sleep deprived brain.
If I'm your husband, I'm worried.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I looked at my wife, and I was like, she wakes up at 2 a.m. thinking about this?
Well, watching those things while I was trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's...
What's comfort? Yeah, how would I kill my husband?
And you can get access to the blood bank with now over 6,600 movies,
Christ.
Tim. That's a lot of fucking
What's
movies.
going to be the 6,666 movie?
I don't know, but I can tell you what it won't be. It won't be Mirror, Mirror from 1990 because that's already there, Tim. It's Candice, you probably like this. It's about a shy teenager named Megan who moves to a small town with her widowed mother and quickly becomes the most unpopular girl in high school.
Same.
But when she starts to communicate with a mysterious mirror, her tormentors begin to meet with a horrifying series of accidents.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Who's the deadest of them all?
Tim. Starring Karen Black.
Oh, shit.
Wow, look at
so
that.
Bringing it back around.
The universe works.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can check that out, or you can check out the new Barbie movie. It has nothing to do with horror, but it's popular, and maybe I can make some money off of it.
They can spare a few.
Look, man, electricity is not getting cheaper in California to run this fucking server, okay? You could also check out Whiskey Mountain, Tim. This sounds like more your vibe. From 1977, four bikers travel into the rural mountains to search the region for a number of antique Civil War rifles that are believed to be concealed in a cave on Whiskey Mountain.
Oh, I know what I'm watching later on tonight.
While stopping at a general store nestled in the mountains, they get harassed by backwoods locals and Candice. Let's see who we got in this one. We got Christopher George playing Bill.
Oh, Christopher George.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You got Roberta Collins playing Diane.
I do not know her.
All right. Well, whatever.
All right. Whatever. I know the name
Those
Diane.
are the two leads, so that's about all I got for you.
Christopher George.
Yep.
Good
and
enough.
you can get access to all that at patreon.com/Bloody Bits. So, folks, for Tim Yobo and for Candice, I believe that this is how we end it. And kill the recording. All right. It's still stomping.